Welcome to That's Absurd Podcast, your source for everything hip-hop, pop culture, sports, and more. Tune in, subscribe, enjoy.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of That's Absurd Podcast. I go by the name of Juno, a.k.a. Melvo.
It's your boy, Gene P.
Boy, Gray.
And we are back with the absurdities and bullshit. Fellas, what have you guys been up to this past week, man? It's been a minute.
Let's see, past week, I didn't do much. I mean, just chill at the crib. Not much. Nothing different.
What did I do? After we gave the bad, I don't know if I told you last week, I had to give the guys that are working on the crib, they ended up trying to do like a rush job, so the missus gave them the boot. So we basically had to reshop for not appliances, but for material again. Got the new guys in there working. That's about it. Other than that, just been working out, getting everything that's going.
But they fucked it up.
Yeah, they were rushing now. So the new guys came in and they tore out everything else and started working. So things are starting to get some progress. So it's looking pretty smooth.
So when you guys gave them the boot, did you guys have to finish paying? What happened with the payment?
They refunded us.
Okay.
So the only thing we lost out on was on material. You know what I'm saying? So the last guys, they told us just shoot them $100 to get them some material to put up. That should have in itself a red flag, because the new guy's like, nah, go get it this stuff. I probably dropped like $500 in material. I was like, look at the difference. Just even the material is different when we're getting.
Yeah, and then you get what you pay for, right?
The last guy asked us for $100 to get material. This one told us, hey, he told us what you need, you go get it yourself. So I was like, how did they even make the $100 work?
He said, you tell us what you need, you go get it yourself.
No. The first guy just told me, hey, shoot me $100, I'll get the materials, right? Mm-hmm. But he's doing a rush job. The second guy told me, I'm gonna give you a list of everything you need, you go get it. Yeah, or you either way, or I can go get it. But that thing ended up costing like $500. So I was like, okay, so just the materials they're using.
They're probably using leftover materials from another job.
It could be. It could be whatever they're doing.
$100.
Exactly. I was like, how the fuck would they? I was like, how they even try to pull this off? But maybe that's how they try to do the rush job. Get one job, sprinkle in two.
Trying to be efficient.
It's part of the game. Every day is a sucker's born. When they see a sucker, they lick a sucker.
But other than that, just been working out. I'm starting to do the calorie counting thing this week. See how that works out for you. It's kind of crazy, man, when you're paying attention to these calories on these foods, everything from grapes to everything else. It's kind of crazy. There's different apps to help you track it. It's pretty dope. So it's a pain in the ass, but yeah, I can see the benefits of it. Trying to work out with no calorie count is like making things almost 10 times harder. You don't have to be.
Yeah, either that or just work out a lot harder than
you can, but it's still when you really could just realize what you're eating as far as taking in the numbers. It's like instead of just punching into the way and I go blind, or you can actually get this is the number. This is the number. You have to keep it low, because all you have to do is take in more than you can saying, burn off more than you take in.
Yeah,
you don't have to be guessing what it is if you keep it tracking. There's one that's called MyFitnessPal. And even if before I was using that, I was just, whenever I was getting the information, I was saving on the notes on the phone.
I think I used to use FitnessPal, but another good one was Fitbit. Fitbit had a good calorie counter.
Do they all charge for it, though? Because my FitnessPal, I got like a 30-day trial period. Then after that, they try to charge you. Is any of them free or?
I don't think so. I know Fitbit was free when you had a Fitbit device, but nobody uses Fitbits no more.
Yeah, sadly. But I can see the difference. It makes good sense. You know what I'm gonna do? If I lose enough weight, I'm just gonna jot everything down and remix everything I did and come out with my own fitness plan like everyone else did. You copy one person's method, you remix it and make it your own.
Start advertising for courses on Instagram.
Yeah. Drop PDF, private courses. So how it's gonna go. What you been up to though?
Let's see. This past week, I ain't really do nothing much. We getting ready to to head back home. So that's pretty much all we've been working on is getting ready to clear it. Other than that, it's all the same shit in New York. Stay in the house. Go to work. Stay in the house.
I mean, as much as you've been in New York, you ain't thinking of visiting any of the sites or anything else like that, trying to actually get to know New York, New York?
Yeah, I'm lying. We went to a play this past weekend.
Okay. Yeah, those are coming back. Yep.
Yeah, they're back in full capacity. So as long as you're vaccinated, you can go.
So they got that whole actual vaccination card over there?
Yeah, you just got to show them that your proof of vaccination and your ID, and they'll let you in. Other than that, you're not going nowhere in New York. You can't eat in. You got to order to go if you can't show that proof of vaccination. So,
yeah.
I know they got a new mayor out there. He's probably gonna start. He's about to cut all that out.
Oh, the new mayor. I think his last name is Adams.
The black guy.
Yeah, that nigga.
He's like a conservative Democrat.
That nigga is a cutthroat. He's
an anti-vax.
Nah,
he's not anti. He's like a conservative Democrat. He's a former cop, so that's what he ran on. You know how like New York is very liberal, but he'll like all this stop the police, all this fund the police stuff. He said, "No, we ain't doing that. In fact, we're gonna fund the police some more." He said he might even bring back stop and frisk.
Damn.
This shit is wild.
He's also he also wanted to cut like the government jobs by like 5% on their pay.
Whatever he did, motherfuckers, just the fact of, I guess, because crime has been rising just a little bit, whatever reason. But
because I was watching the Mayor podcast, Starting Five, and he was adamant about people not voting for Adams.
Yeah, it ain't working. Perfect
guy. And I saw that he won. I wanted to hit him up and be like, "Bro, you okay?" You know.
Yeah, just the simple fact of bringing back stop and frisk, dog. That shit was for blacks and Hispanics. That shit was a nightmare, dog. People getting stopped literally. You know what I'm saying? A few, like 20, 30 times a year. You know what I'm saying? It's just normal.
And I think after he won, he stated that he wanted his first like 3 months of pay in Bitcoin.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
How convenient. So he said, he's gonna get his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin, because he wants New York to be the central hub of crypto. So he's about to churn that out. I'll take a conservative Democrat. The liberal Democrats ain't about shit. So I'm cool with a conservative Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Let us have some common sense. You know what I'm saying?
But that's New York. That has nothing to do with you niggas in Florida.
I'm just saying. I
might be the perfect guy. Hey.
In Florida, we have a conservative
Republican.
But is he fully conservative? Because he hasn't went after abortions
yet.
He could have, because he's been doing, him in Texas has been doing whatever New York and California do. They went up in the opposite way, and now Texas went full abortion. DeSantis could have went that route. And they're like, yeah, I'm good. We rock. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't all that bad.
And DeSantis, man, looks like something's wrong with the guy, bro.
It could very well be, but he allows Floridians to do whatever the hell they want.
He's an anti-vaxxer too.
Yes,
because he come out talking about the jab. I'm like, bro, why are you talking like this? You're supposed to be a politician, someone of leadership. What you using the jab for? You know it's called the fucking shot. Fuck you talking about the jab? He calls it the
jab. He's pro not hydrochloroquine, but hydrochloroquine and the other shit when they give you the antibodies. He's promoting all these other stuff outside of the shot. I'm like, why would you promote all these other stuff that are harder to get when we already got the rollout for the shot? Why are you even calling it the jab?
Exactly.
When your state's already funded, you got the
anybody that called the vaccine a jab, I already know what kind of bullshit they on.
So he's playing both sides. You know how it goes, man. The shit is,
since when we called getting a shot a fucking jab? Since when, bro?
It's like a girl getting a C-section. You're talking about, she got the slit. She got the belly slit. She got yeah, he uses the wrong terminology. He's trying to play both sides, be good at his base, and letting people do what they want. I know Biden had passed that rule saying anyone with more than 100 employees gotta have them vaccinated, as well as the government employees. But I think the Supreme Court put a hold on that when they're reviewing something.
Yeah, DeSantis already got his lawyers working on the lawsuit.
Yeah,
against all this shit. So
that lawsuit coming through. You know what I'm
Florida's
saying?
wild, wild west, bro.
Yeah. Florida, even my kids' school, they had already said that it's not going to be a mask mandate. Well, they said, well, my kids' school currently have a mask mandate unless your parents sending a letter. So they're playing both sides. They're like, all your parents got to do is send a letter. Most people got common sense. Most people's going to have the mask. So your kid's going to be the only weirdo without a mask. So your kid's probably going to wear a mask out of peer pressure. So it works out. And if they got a good reason to not wear a mask, say like you get acne and you break out a lot, then you won't wear a mask. But
this kid's gonna be divided very early, man. You're gonna have the conservative side and the liberal side all in school. Oh.
Nah, they're slowly converting all the kids to be liberals.
Yeah. Well, school in general is gonna make you liberal. The schools are liberal because the teachers' union is liberal. So, but a lot of people are now taking their kids out of public school. That's what a lot of, like your boy said, that's what a lot of the Adams, like you said, a lot of even conservative Democrats are conservative. Like, we pay into the system. We don't appreciate all this indoctrination. Of course, they're talking about CRT, which isn't even taught in school. But they don't like the fact that, a lot of kids now are almost socialists. They're against, but even that isn't the reason. It's just people growing up in America now. They're like, hey, this shit ain't working for me. I ain't rocking with it. I don't remember school converting me into how I am. I think it's just, I can't think if I had any super liberal teachers growing up, man. I think I remember all my conservative ones.
You're probably happy, you just don't know it.
I don't remember them pushing it. That's the thing. I don't remember them pushing it.
You don't realize it, though. You don't realize it.
One way or the other when I was younger. Because I was like, y'all motherfuckers didn't talk anything about finance or anything substantial.
You see, only thing I think they pushed was like, not to be like
not to be racist or bigoted or open-mindedness.
Not that, but like simply violence, just like being the bigger person.
Yeah,
I hated that shit.
I guess those are.
They never had any answers for the bullies. Like, it was like
turn the other cheek.
Yeah. But there is no answer for the bullies. Not in school. Not one that won't get the that won't get the school sued. Yeah. What are they gonna tell you?
That's just that last kid just whip his gun out on him.
Yeah. Aired the place out. Notice we don't even hear about that case anymore. I told you, homie was being bullied.
Yeah, the bully's getting bullied.
Yeah, homie aired the place out. So.
We can't blame him for that. We fucked up on that.
Exactly.
Let's not talk about that.
So I guess we could get into these absurdities, right? Now we're halfway there. We're kind of, I guess, in the peak of absurdities in a sense. I guess we could. What do we have? I guess there was somewhat in politics. Did y'all hear this rumor about your boy Biden? That was my first one. Your boy Biden, they claim shit himself.
As far as in taxes?
No, that's not part of the taxes. Claim that's what? Another part. Imagine he passed the taxes. There's rumors that he shit himself when he went to meet the Pope.
He shit himself?
Yeah. Not like
shit on himself, yeah.
Let me tell you, bro. It's like, I don't know what these. This shit, I'm like, this shit cannot be true, bro. But, the man's an old man.
How would they know, though?
There's other people there.
And they just started smelling shit around Biden? Yeah,
he has somebody to change his diaper on.
That's what they said, man. I don't know, man. That shit is getting out of hand. Like, I'm not giving them that. Like, I ain't gonna try Joe like that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that rumor.
Here's one, Snopes.com, that Joe Biden pooped himself while he was in Rome. He had met the Vatican.
Where you got that from? Fox News? I mean,
let me see. This is November 1st. It was the G20 meeting. They said Poopy Pants Biden. That was the hashtag Poopgate.
Listen, it went from Sleepy Joe to Poopy Joe.
I think this is just a conservative rumor.
You know, anything with a Y at the end, you could just put that in front of his name.
Yeah.
And add the Joe, and it's all going to have a good bounce to it.
Creepy Joe, Poopy Joe.
I was like, I'm hoping that ain't true. I was like, how are you going to give up to that? Well, another thing we have in politics this week, your boy Biden did pass that $1 trillion infrastructure bill. So, you know, money's going to be running through the pipeline, you know. Get your LLCs up, get your construction companies up, your construction companies up, you're cleaning sidewalks up, you're putting debris out. You know, it's about to be raining bread. It's America.
Fellas on, get your Sopranos on.
Get whatever you got to do. You know how it is. Someone said, they said miraculously all these people's brother-in-laws, in-laws, and cousins all became construction and consultants and all the rest of it. You know how it goes.
Your contracts, you know.
Yeah. You know, if you go on Twitter, I seen someone posting talking about they made a whole nother division for this PPE stuff like that. You guys think y'all get in the way? Now it's a tax time come. That's what really gonna get y'all. And I was like, bro, if you only knew how rampant the fraud is in this shit, people think this is by accident. They don't realize this is by design. These motherfuckers that write the laws halfway in there taking the shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think with the PPP, they did that to get access to people's account. Because a lot of people, once they start like mishandling the money, a lot of them I guess like their account was shut off or they wouldn't get qualified for the second round. It was some weird shit going on.
Whatever the reason was, there's just so much. Like I said, I just think a lot of people say that to the victims of. Say that to the people that frauded 9/11 or Katrina. I'm like, motherfuckers, y'all just don't know how much people got away with that shit. There's always going to be a couple people they caught. But the shit is built in meant for the shit to be taken advantage of and defrauded. That's how it is.
Learn from your boy Trump. I mean, come on.
Exactly. It's not. And that's why when they say the government does wasteful spending, they're not joking. That shit happens. Motherfuckers take advantage of it, dog. So. And
that's why I don't agree about what you call that, them taxing the rich so much, because tax money is going to go to them. I mean, is it going to trickle down back to everybody else? I mean, are they going to reduce our taxes? Are they going to? They print money, so it's like I don't see them really needing to take more tax money from people to do anything. So
to pay,
you don't printing the money, so
this shit is crazy.
So Nate, set up that scam for us.
Set it up, bro. I was just surprised, man.
That's absurd construction.
Absurd constructions.
Absurd construction.
Like we said, people getting it, man. I'm saying when I was hearing passages, the stuff I just be hearing, I'm like, oh, this shit don't make no sense. So there's checks out there, whole agencies, whole brands out here making a killing. And that's all I have in politics. I got anything in politics? Switch up.
No, I got none in politics.
No, we could jump right into.
So to the people that said Biden, I guess that's one of his things off his checklist. He got that infrastructure bill going through. Last time the government did spend this much money on itself, though, was when we had the great economic boom after we came back from war. In World War II, whatever it was. So it works out if you could do it. The government needs it for a long time. If we actually put a lot of it to, people building bridges and shit. These are big projects that cost a lot, and some of these people, of course, that wastefulness is baked into it. But there's still people that doesn't have to go to work, even if
there's no way around it.
Yeah, there's motherfuckers who go to work and not do nothing, but that money's still coming back to the system anyways. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have a few people chilling. You're gonna have some.
You have a few people chilling.
You're gonna have some people. The so-called term "I'm in charge."
Exactly, but as long as the people on the ground and the whole thing, it's part of it.
I'm gonna have to get me a little part-time construction job on the weekends or something.
Yeah, on the weekend, imagine that. Exactly. So the shit is insane, bro. So we'll see how that goes. I guess we could go on other series. I guess we did politics. That was nice and short. Y'all want to do sports? And sports is fairly short this week.
We can. You know, the biggest thing in sports was Aaron Rodgers talking about he's what's the word he used when they asked him if he was vaccinated?
He was
immunized.
Yeah, immunized. It basically kind of means like you're good to go, but they find out he was fucking lying. How did that work? This is what I don't understand. Did they just take his word for it?
Yeah, they just take niggas' words for it, bro. You the star quarterback.
So that's just how it goes. They giving everyone else shit, but you just say, yeah, I'm immunized. You're good to go. And then
that's the thing. That's the thing. For everybody else that got to work, you got to send in your vaccine card and shit like that.
Yeah.
And this nigga, you just take his word for it. Then come to find out 6 months later or however long later, he's walking around amongst everybody that's vaccinated, unvaccinated, doing the stuff that privileged people that are vaccinated get to do, which the NFL has they have different protocols for people that aren't taking the vaccine. They have to get tested every so often.
So he fucks around and catches COVID.
There's different places where the vaccinated people can hang out, and if you're not vaccinated, you're not supposed to be there. But Aaron Rodgers is all in there because he's immune. What's the word?
Immune, or I forgot the damn word.
Immunized, some bullshit. Yeah. I don't even know the damn word. But that nigga hit him with that, and next thing you know, that nigga got full blown COVID out here.
Now tell me, should he be? What do you think? You don't think he should be suspended? Do you think he should be suspended for the season?
I say he should be suspended for the season.
Yeah, that's a size, bro. I mean, you lied. He's like saying he didn't lie in theory. He was immunized because he took out the chloroquine. So they're like, bro, that's bold, bro. That's fucking bold. Because there's only two standards. You get the shot. If you don't get the shot, then you do this thing, that thing. There's no standard of there's no standard if you do whatever the fuck you want.
That's the thing. People
this is the rule and this is the rule.
People don't want to get vaccinated. People don't want to get vaccinated, but they want to do the shit that people that got vaccinated get to do. Bro, if you really don't believe in getting vaccinated,
take your daily test.
Just do the shit that you need to do to not be vaccinated. If you have to take a test every other day, take the test every other day. What harm is it gonna do to you? You don't believe in taking that.
He rather just said, I'm not taking the test the other day, and I'm gonna say I'm immunized and I'm good to go. And he said, look, I did my research on it. I read like 240 what's name. I talked to my friend Joe Rogan. And Shannon Sharp was going off on it. Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, you wouldn't listen to a lawyer to tell you about how to look at workout tapes or anything else, would you? You ain't gonna listen. I was like, so how the fuck would you listen to a comedian about medical work? It's crazy. Yeah, he is definitely, and he tried to say, he was like, this is the stuff Martin Luther King fought for. I like, bro, they did it. I really don't know. I know the NFL don't want to punish him for the rest of the season, but I don't know how do you get around it, bro. This shit is like, bro, this is a major violation.
Yeah, you have to do something. It can't be no 2-game suspension. I think 2-game suspension is like, that's a slap in the face to everybody else.
Yeah, everyone else. It's crazy that he was even able to just say, I'm good, I'm immunized, and they didn't show proof. Because at least you had to fake the proof, like the hockey players did, and then you find out, then you get in trouble. Then you get suspended and maybe possibly arrested for having the fake card. But the fact that he was just able to say, yeah, I'm good, man, I'm immunized, and they just believed him.
Yeah. At least put some effort into your lying.
That's a fault on their own, though. That really shows you how fucked up the league is, how much power the
how privileged,
how much privilege the quarterbacks have.
How privileged some quarterbacks have.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, your boy ain't even in the fucking league right now. He didn't want to take the back. Cam, kick his ass right out the fucking league. His ass would have go got the vax afterwards. They still ain't put him back in yet.
I heard something about Cam getting signed to like the Seahawks or something. I don't know how true it was.
Yeah, I know the quarterbacks are very, they're very privileged. They look out for them and shit like that. But yeah, your boys, he's wilding, bro. That shit really don't make any sense. I mean, I was at first wondering what's the big lie. I don't go what he do. Then it's crazy. What else do we have in sports? We got your boy. What's his name? The one that you were talking about him earlier, Gray. The one that the car accident.
Henry Riggs, the third. Yeah, from the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah,
he was arrested.
I think he threw his life away, bro. He was doing.
Yeah.
They said before his crash, like 2 seconds before his crash, he was at 152 miles or 162.
156.
Something like that. That nigga was on one.
Whew. Crazy how you survived that.
Yeah, he survived, but like the person he hit didn't survive, and I don't know why they threw that in there, but they also said the other person's pet got killed. The dog got killed. I was like,
so it was 2 people. They said 2 people. So was it 2 humans or was it a human and a dog?
I think it was a human and a dog, bro. I'm like, fuck, we talking about a dog for? Nobody care. A fucking human lost their life. I don't need you to throw in no fucking dog shit.
I'm a dog owner, so I can't say.
If something happens to your dog and you need them to report on your dog, it's crazy. They hit him a felony. He got charged with 2 more felony crash charges. He was driving 156 miles per hour. I can't feel sorry for a dude doing dumb shit like that. He was driving under influence. Yeah, he struck the lady in the back of the car. Damn. I thought it was 2 humans, but someone else did tell me there was a dog in there today. So hopefully, maybe it is a. He's facing 46 years in prison maximum. This could be manslaughter if it was an accident, but this was reckless endangerment. 156 miles an hour.
Sheesh.
I can't even give you manslaughter. There's a difference between you getting drunk and you driving 60 miles an hour, even going the wrong way. At least you're doing the legal limit. Where's 156 miles illegal at? Anywhere. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a racetrack.
You can't give these niggas money, bro.
Yeah.
Certain niggas you can't give money, bro.
Huh?
Certain niggas you can't give money.
You can't give them. And he's a young boy. You know, he did ruin his life. He just fucked up his whole life, though, man.
Because if you don't have that money, if you don't have that kind of money that he had, there's no way you could do 156 miles per hour.
Yeah,
right.
Car probably can't. Car most likely can't even go that fast.
He would have been at 110.
Regular niggas doing 110, 107 at max. You give these niggas money, they doing 156.
Yeah, left Tuesday morning. Left a 23-year-old woman, young woman, and her dog. Yep, and her dog dead. Yep.
Watch they give him 15 years for the woman and 83 years for the dog.
The dog, they fuck around. you know, fuck around man's best friend. You out of here.
Peter gonna come out. Everybody gonna come out and say he deserved everything. But yeah, that nigga does deserve at least some time. I don't know about life, but
it might not be life because it wasn't intentional, but it is really reckless. It is really dangerous, and you cost someone's life. You got to pay for that.
Yeah,
this 22-year-old girl's out of here. She's, I'm saying, I mean, he's 22 years old. The girl's 23, so she was a year older than him. This girl's she's perished because of this. Because
that's the thing, and these drunk drivers usually never come out injured, bro.
Yeah, but he fucked up his face. I think it was his collarbone messed up or anything like that, or
I saw him with a neck brace on and shit, so I'm not sure his injuries, but nonetheless, it's not like he had any life-threatening injuries.
Yeah, and the Raiders already just released him, of course. So fucking green. The trial's not even started yet. You know
Nigga, there's no reason for you to a trial have to start. Nigga was doing 156. That's all I would need to hear is that he was doing 156. Listen, and I'm cutting that nigga.
Nigga could have got his foot stuck on the pedal. You know when you try to press the brakes and you press the gas by accident, all sorts of shit. But let the facts come out. They just released the buddy right there early, bro. Like
they should have released his ass on the scene.
On the scene
of the accident.
Before the news even get there, be like, oh yeah, you good, bro. You out of here.
You wildin', bitch. Cutting you right here. Send one of the representatives on the scene and give that nigga his termination papers.
They pull up and say, "Are you his lawyer?" No, I'm here. I'm here for the league's behalf. Just want to let him know he no longer works for us. So you report this. You just say former NFL star. Yeah, he done fucked his life up. Man.
Yeah, he was pushing that new Corvette. Yeah, so pushing too far to the limit.
It's when you're young, man. I be thinking when I was with friends back in the days, I used to speed all the time. Used to do crazy shit when we were in high school. Used to ride out and go crazy. Some of them got into crashes, but look how bad shit can go, dog. That's what kind of sucks. That's why you got to factor in how young he is. He is only 22. He's young, but someone did die, so he's gonna have to do some time.
Yeah, he's.
But I don't feel like people. Some people gonna be like, "Oh, he needs to do life." I'm like, I don't think it calls for that.
You should at least do 22 years.
That would be even, right? Take back the years. That's fucked, bro. Jesus. He's still young though. He did at 22. He's coming out at 44. I ain't that old.
But then what do he do? He's an athlete.
His athlete. That athlete is a rap. We already know that.
Yeah,
we got the picture.
What? Unless he learns something in jail.
He's done with the athlete years. Let him do his 44 years, and then let him do his 22 years, and he come out and be whatever he needs to be after that. But he gonna have to pay for this time. That shit is crazy. When I think about it, prison is one of the worst things man even thought of, though. Whoever thought of fucking jail's an evil motherfucker, bro. That really is the worst way you can punish motherfucker. Steal your damn time, bro.
Yeah, bro. Jail is nothing nice.
See what I'm saying? Because they probably had a system before that. Motherfucker act up, we just gonna whoop his ass.
Well, they had torture. They had
torture, whatever it is.
You
but
had to work off your crime.
Yeah, I'd still take that. It's the time.
That,
that time is the worst punishment you give motherfuckers. We're only here for a finite amount of time, and you taking a good section, like, I got your ass, bitch. You're like, fuck, man, and you can't get that back. That is the worst.
Imagine those guys who were wrongly accused and had to do 20 plus.
Even worse, yeah.
Sheesh.
So to me, that's the worst penalty that they thought of for a crime is the time. Some people are most likely, look, I'll take an ass whooping. I'll take an ass whooping 5 days a week for a month, but just to avoid that job. The rest of my life, to avoid it just being locked up. The shit is it's crazy. I guess we can switch over. We're out of sports. There was the boxing match this weekend, right?
Yeah, Canelo versus, I believe, Plant.
Yeah, Canelo won that one.
There was a few UFC fights as well.
Yeah, there was a big UFC fight. Your boy,
that Nigerian guy, what's his name? Usman.
Yeah, Usman. He talking about he wanted to fight Canelo since he's out here beating everyone 2 times in the league. I'm like, bro, you tripping?
Yeah, you get his ass. Well, he'll
get his ass straight beat. I'm like, you better. But that's the thing that MMA fighters are doing now, man. They're trying to hype up another. They see it ain't getting that bag over there. They're trying to go over to the other lane, see if they can squeeze the bag.
Pick up an ass whooping.
Yeah, pick up an ass. Like, he'll get an ass whooping for sure if he tries to fight Canelo, but. It's like Jake Paul was saying, Jake Paul's been saying he wants to fight McGregor or because Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers are fighting Tyson Fury's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, Jake Paul's on your boy's neck, man. He keeps calling them out.
Who?
Dana White. And he's like, look, man, because I think one of the fighters he's got about to fight is going to make $10 million. And it's like, look at that. That dude would have made a tenth of that had he fought in MMA. He'd have made $1 million. He's fighting me for $10 million. This shit it's crazy.
Makes sense.
He's going to have to raise his rates for his fighters. It is true.
Yeah, they get them fighters at UFC is getting robbed.
Yeah, they're getting robbed, and I understand if you're getting robbed, and you at least they let you. If it was somewhat. If UFC had somewhat of the WWE's back into it, like, we're going to make you get the belt, we're going to make you fight a couple of duds along the way so we can build a character around you, build the history up, build the brand up, let you hold the belt a little bit long, build the hype, then we give you a good payday. to know that the UFC, as soon as you get the belt, these motherfuckers try to take it off you, bro. But as soon as you get the belt, that night in the ring, Dana got your next lineup ready for you. Someone that's just as hungry, willing to knock your damn top right off. There's no easy lineups, and the money's not there. So you're fighting for your whole life the whole time you got the belt. You know what I'm saying? I done see motherfuckers just won the match. I bloody just got them out. And then Dana, what do you think is his next lineup? And Dana already got the guy right up. Yeah, we got this. Like, this is some bullshit, bro.
Do they make more money out of sponsorships than they do in the UFC?
Yeah, I would imagine. UFC still, I'm saying, it's a coming sport that's still not paying. This shit still works in the UFC's favor because they bought out so much shit. Also, the other issue that's messed up the UFC is that they lock these boys up with like 10 fight deals or 12 fight deals. Some, they give them bad record label deals. So even when Dana White releases you or you're not fighting no more on the card,
yeah, you can't go fight elsewhere.
You can't go fight elsewhere, and they took out most of the competition elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that's the bullshit that kind of goes with it. They're trying to sue, almost create like a union with. It makes you think. Man. It makes me think the opposite of UFC, where the players have no rights, would be the NBA, where the players almost have. I don't want to say they have. Some people say the NBA players have too much rights. I hate to say that they have too much rights.
No,
I hate to say that, but when you see like Kyrie and guys do whatever they want, but it's not too much rights because he's not getting paid. He's not playing. Too much rights would be like if you're still getting paid.
I mean, what Kyrie doing? I mean, the man said he's
not playing and he's not getting paid. So to me, that's an even right. Too much rights would be like he's not getting paid. He's not playing and he's still getting paid. That would have been wild to me. You know what I'm saying? In some ways, it might be too much, right? Because if they wanted to release Kyrie right now, they still have to pay him.
Right, they still have to, yeah.
So in a sense, it is a little too much rights.
In a sense, I look at it like even like sometimes like you see like company CEOs, they have to step down or leave just to get
making the parachute. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The CEO, imagine all the employees have that power. That's just kind of
well, that money would have stayed for the owner. No, I'm for the players getting the most money they can get.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say I don't want to say they got too much power because I know how long the system been doing them dirty. When you look at like, you look at Pippen and shit like that, how he got lowballed. When you look at each time they make you pay for it and get you back. Look at Carmelo.
Look at what they did to the vets.
Exactly. So I can't be mad that the players are getting over on them however they can right now. You know what I'm saying? And all they did is they asked for 50-50, was it the TV deal, right? They get half the TV deal. That's where all this new money come from?
50-50, and also like I think like a lot of time they had to pay the league back some type of fees.
Yeah, but I'm saying all this new money comes from the TV, the TV deal they got.
Yeah.
They didn't have to bust it down with the players back in the days, but now they have to bust it down with the players. And look how much fucking richer they got, dog. For years, these owners are keeping that shit by themselves. Fucking greedy as shit. You know what I'm saying? With all that money, all these new players are getting record high contracts. And that's divided amongst 300 some players. Back in the days, that shit used to be divided amongst 18 men, bro.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
I think after that, like you started seeing like $200 million contracts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Once they end up having the little lockout and shit like that, the renegotiation, then you start seeing, now you see record numbers, crazy deals now. Players getting paid their worth.
Even within the contract, I know that they have clause in it too. Like you don't get all that 200.
Well, some of the contracts are guaranteed.
Yeah.
NBA contracts are guaranteed, I believe.
And definitely half of it is guaranteed.
It's more than half, bro. Because I remember, what's that football player that be making had like the vein busting out of his head, screaming that the contracts ain't guaranteed, and find out the contracts are guaranteed.
Yeah. What was that show called? The Shop? What was it? No, that's not the Shop.
I'm an Athlete.
I'm an Athlete. Yeah.
I think is his name Brandon Marshall or something?
Yes.
Yeah, that nigga that he's a he a hater, right? He's a big time hater because they had Nori on the podcast.
Uh-huh.
And Nori was telling him how Nori said I was the biggest artist in hip hop. he started laughing, talking about.
Oh, he did say
Did
that.
you really just say you're the biggest artist here? I'm like, young nigga, you must not know. You're not a hip hop historian, so that's why you can say that. But when
He didn't know you. I don't know if it's a hater because he didn't know. You probably didn't know how hot Nori was.
Yeah, but he was laughing and giggling like this nigga think he was. But bruh, Nori was at one point. Nori was the biggest shit in hip hop.
He was because Nori broke Pharrell.
Exactly, bro.
That shit's fucking huge, and he didn't realize it. That homeboy, I came to party.
Yeah, that's the main track I remember. Yeah,
that's all you need. That's how big he was. If you know nothing from Nori, you know that single. That shit was smashing, bro. I'm like, what you trying to do? Goddamn. Oh, okay. So,
but
everyone got one back in the days. You know, if you did anything good, you'd have at least one. Nori had more than one, but that was a big one. Even I remember Benzino had that one that was it Party?
Yeah.
Get the party, leave the party for the after party. So show that shit. So
Benzino had a couple. He had a few, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like when he said, what's his name? Nori said like he came out with DMX, and who else? Him, DMX.
I think it was him, DMX, and I think was it Jay-Z?
Maybe Nas.
And he said he was the hottest out of
yeah, the dude didn't believe him.
But I mean, even me too, I kind of don't believe like he was hotter than DMX because like
at the time he was the hottest.
At one point, Nori was the hottest. That's why he was able to go off and do a whole different genre from hip hop, the reggaeton, and that was a success.
That's why he seems so old, also because he blew up at 18. He was also one of the youngest.
Yeah,
he's like I think Rick Ross is even older than him. He mentions that, but people think he's older than Ross because he blew up so early.
Mm-hmm.
So in the game, he ended up doing the whole other genre. This, that, and the third. Yeah, he was saying so. The shit was crazy, but yeah, yeah, your boy was so loud and wrong. The vein peach out his head talk about that. I have one more thing in sports. Your boy Scottie Pippen out here on his book tour, still airing out everybody. He over here at Michael Jordan's neck. You know what I'm saying? He says his first complaint.
I need to give it up, man.
That's what some people are saying, but it is favoritism.
That's just in the past.
It's not in the past.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it now? Like,
listen,
keep complaining.
As long as they keep calling Jordan GOAT, he's still gonna keep complaining.
It's not only that.
Jordan is the GOAT. I mean, ain't no question about it.
It's not only that. It's the fact that he said he watched the 30 for 30. You know, they didn't get the what's name it. Afterwards, he said he called a couple people up. Everyone on there was kind of insulted. Like, bro, I can't believe the way he framed it. Like he was we didn't do enough, or he's the only one. This, that, and third. And you know the game that he gave up on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his response, he had a couple of rebuttals from Michael. He was like, well, if that was bad, giving up the team, how about letting us know the day before practice, the day before the season starts that you're retiring? When we could have let us know before, so we could picked up you know what I'm saying? Up the draft or early thing. He's like, that's quitting on the team in itself, right? Mm-hmm. And then he said, and then today he's bringing up they're talking about the flu game. He's like, listen, I done seen plenty of flu games. How many bad back games have you heard of? Because I guess apparently he had a game he played with a herniated disc, which has got to be excruciating. Mm-hmm. But he's just letting you know that flu game ain't shit compared to having a herniated disc. And then he was like, y'all over here rewriting history, making it seem like Michael Jordan came off the stretcher, take off his IVs, unplugged himself off the things, went out there and balled. And they got a light headache and he played. That's it. That's what he's trying to
say. Yeah, I mean, he did have the spotlight. You know, it was just so big. Like everyone was just casting his shadow. So.
Yeah. You would think those two would be like go off into the sunset as like best friends and cool, but I guess he did kind of feel spited. One, he wasn't getting paid as he should have been getting paid the whole time he was there.
Yeah.
Two, you know what I'm saying? He did go all the way to the finals again when Jordan left.
I think he made it to Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think he made it to the finals.
Yeah. So he was still balling out. Just the respect the fact that people keep making it seem like Jordan did it by himself. Like, nigga, this like Jordan did it by himself. LeBron, and they're like, nigga, I was a fucking all-star. What the hell y'all talking about? So in order to elevate Jordan, we do play not Penny, we do play Pippen like he was a nobody.
But funny thing is, we didn't hear about Pippen until like couple years ago.
No, it's because people want to give him his flowers. But this motherfucker been balling. He was balling back then.
Listen, Jordan.
Yeah, he was, but like only a couple years ago we started talking about Pippen, but like the whole time we never mentioned Pippen.
That's what I'm saying. That's to glorify Jordan more, to make it seem like he did it without no help. He had a great team, to make it seem like it's just him. They downplay everyone else. He was like, nah, I'm right there. I was right there behind him. If he's number one, I was number two. What the hell are you talking about? This dude.
Listen, Jordan didn't win no championships without Pippen.
Yep.
He didn't make it to the finals without Pippen.
So that's
until
what the
Pippen
real
got to the Bulls, that's when they became the dominant force. And that was a lot to do with Scottie Pippen.
So he don't like the way history has been written. Now, if the number one couldn't do it without you, people keep making it seem like he did it without me. Like he couldn't do it without me because he never did it without me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right. He's saying neither has done it without each other in a sense. But so for us to keep insulting him, but we just look at him like he's just a hater. I see someone wrote like, the more and more he does this, I understand Larissa's decision. I'm like, motherfucker, size on. Remember Larissa out here messing with all these rappers and shit?
Oh, the internet disrespectful.
Like, damn, that's how much motherfuckers don't want you to go after the GOAT. They'll go after Jordan. So he's on his book tour, he feels, you know what I'm saying? He's out here clearing the air, dog.
Only biggest thing that's been going on with him is his wife messing with Future. And her one.
Not only Future, a couple other rappers too. Does Pippen work on any? Does he have any hosting gigs or any TV gigs?
I don't know if he does anymore, but I know he used to be on a couple panels.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was always wondering maybe that would help rewrite his history, or I always thought it was odd. That's what made Jordan seem the greatest to me, because when he rode off into the sunset, he rode off to the sunset. You didn't see him anymore. I didn't like the fact that some players did have to come back and doing the hosting thing. But the only reason I didn't like that is because I seen Jordan do it. I feel like if he's the GOAT and he retired off the sunset, y'all rich, you should be able to do it too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them can do it. They don't need. It's not like the money.
It's not they don't need it exactly. Money. It is like Shaq, exactly. Some people rather do it, keep busy.
It's
spend
like
this new money, never touch the old money.
It's like when people retire and they still go get a little part-time job. It's not because they need the money. It's because they don't want to sit at home and do nothing.
And a lot of them that do sit at home end up getting divorced. So that lifestyle they got used to, your wife ain't seeing you, you know what I'm saying, a couple days out of the week, she's getting used to that. Y'all come together, live together, like, hey, I need a divorce. And this is after you done racked up all this bread.
That's that army lifestyle.
Yeah. Matter of fact, look at Jordan. After breakup too, same thing. Had he been, you know what I'm saying, had he probably get a job, he'd have probably stayed together the whole time. So, I always thought that was odd. But it's crazy. So your boy Pippen trying to rewrite history. Ain't gonna allow y'all to drag his name through the dirt anymore.
I got anything
I don't know if he had any like shoes, or anything like that. I don't think he had any major sponsors.
I feel he was so raw.
He had signature shoes.
He did, yeah.
I think he had like 3 different signature shoes.
Which ones? Let me see.
There's like he had a signature shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And the shoe with the big air on the side, that was linked to him.
They were, bro. She's so fucking hard. But how come they never come out anymore? They don't have his name on there though.
I don't think it wasn't officially his signature shoe, but he the one that popularized it. So we call him the Pippins, but
the Nike Air Up Tempos.
He has like 5 different signature shoes.
Okay, the Nike Air Up Tempos. Damn, these motherfuckers is hard.
They still release them. They still come out every what's name? You still could go pick them up at the shoe stores and shit.
I might have to get this bitch. All these shoes I couldn't afford to get when I was younger. Out here rocking these retro shoes.
Yeah, you're rocking soldiers and classics.
Listen, man, rock out. No, I had the classics. I could afford those. This is these Jordans and these Nikes that have been high since their inception. You know what I'm saying? But you bring out these Airs and a couple of these shoes. Legendary shoes were pennies, Pippins, some Jordans, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think I had some Who did I have? Is it Irving? No, I can't remember what I had. I had one of the brands at once. Yeah, but some of these are fucking hard.
I don't
It's
remember.
crazy.
I don't remember nothing on your feet but Skechers and
Reebok Classics. Here's the lines. What Skechers and what?
Reebok Classics.
I did have classics, but I might have one Skechers my whole life. And this was, remember when Saucony's had 1 year? They literally had like 1 year that was popping.
Yeah, Saucony's were trying to make a comeback too. They're
motherfuckers had my 8th grade year. Them shits were popping. Them shits were raw. Cheaply ass made shoes though. But they had 1 good year and they died out.
I think I had a pair of Saucony's in high school.
Yeah.
K-Swiss, they had a
K-Swiss had different runs, you know. K-Swiss been around.
I remember, Nate, you was a K-Swiss guy. I remember you
No,
were K-Swiss on here.
I've had a pair of K-Swiss too,
I
but I'm
remember
not
you was a K-Swiss guy.
I was a Reebok guy for sure, especially when Reebok came out with the 2 for $89. I had to be on that. Like, they don't understand the struggle. My parents, you saying, definitely go for that. So had one, get one and one all white, get one and all black, and you're good to go. Get something, you can always match the fit. Yes, and then when they came out, the soldieries or the classics, or we call them the soldieries, the straps, or the regular flat bottom rings. The fucking New Yorkers were in the Reebok brand down here. Now, I guess what fashion is, people wearing any shoes now. But by the time I was my senior year, you got caught with Reeboks on, dog. You basically might as well be begging for coins in the corner parking lot, dog. Motherfuckers really thought you were poor. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially New York people. New York girls see you with some Reeboks on your feet, no matter how clean they were. They'll spit on you, bro. You ain't get
no play in Reebok Classics not back in the day. Well, yeah. In like 2000, by 2000.
Mm-hmm. By 2004. 04, yeah, that shit was a wrap. You can't have no Reebok Classics on it. Those are broke shit. Like, what? The stigma, though, the stigma. It's good now that there's no dominant shoe anymore.
No.
You had people wear all sorts of shoes, whatever match. Half the time, motherfuckers wearing shoes that don't even match it. Well, I don't even know what's going on in fashion anymore.
Hey,
these young kids.
You're not hip to the sneaker culture.
It's not even okay. There's a sneaker culture. The sneaker culture used to be dope. Niggas wear dope shoes and dope fits. That's one aspect. Motherfuckers really be wearing mismatched shit a lot now.
It's different. Yeah,
it's really there's still the old sneakerheads that have the classes of, let's say like Juno's a sneakerhead. Juno's gonna have his shit matching, but he's of our era. These young kids ain't wearing it like that anymore. They might have the same shoe, but none of the outfit match.
But it's different groups though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to me,
you have the group that does like, I guess, like maybe dark color and then bright shoes.
Matter of fact, the NBA went that
different
route.
Color than the fit, or the fit will be plain and the shoes got some crazy colors going on.
Yep. Matter of fact, the NBA went that route. Back in the days, the players used to match their shoes. Now these boys wear crazy ass shoe colors, loud bottom. They don't even match the jersey whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it is kind of crazy to see how that go.
There's a new craze. There's a new craze for New Balances. I'm like, bruh, I don't give a fuck. I ain't never put no damn New Balances on.
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a huge craze for New Balances. There's a certain one that costs a lot more money in the resale market, too.
Right.
Well, I heard like somebody said like they look like the
dad shoes.
I guess.
Yeah, because the Yeezys and all those dad shoes getting popular, they're going back to the source. They're like, nigga, I don't need to get those. Let me go to the source of the dad shoes.
Yeah, they're looking like the same, the big bulky Balenciagas.
Balenciagas, exactly. So, but it made now those shoes became very expensive. The certain brand of New Balances, though, the dad shoe, the shit is crazy.
Oh wow, yeah.
I only saw one New Balance shoe that I ought to wear, and I didn't even buy them.
What was the other one? There's another one. In fact, I think I had one recently.
The New Balance?
Not New Balance. Puma. Yeah.
Oh, Puma's definitely back popping again. That motherfucker was dead for a long time. Then they came back a couple of years. I would say that's the whole Rock Nation, Jay-Z partnership. All that shit got it back and popping.
Yeah.
Puma used to only be soccer when we were growing up. That's popular.
Yeah.
And now it's back. It's just back up there though. It's cranking.
I think like what's the name could thrive now. And one.
Nah.
They watered down the brand.
Especially with the big three and social media and how they used to go around the country and do tricks and all that.
I feel it could thrive again now. Yeah, if they would have reincorporate. Like there was no reason why the Harlem Globetrotters was able to get as big as it was, and then one shouldn't have gotten that big.
True. Yeah. Well, the professor's still out here doing tricks.
Yeah, but it's died out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
ain't nobody gonna wear no And1 sneakers, bro.
Yeah, once And1 went the Walmart route, they
trash.
Yeah, they killed themselves. Had they waited, it would have been popular because look at fucking Under Armour's made a comeback. You know what I'm saying? Under Armour used to be bottom tier.
They got with Curry, that's why.
I don't even know. Motherfuckers make fun of the Curry shit.
That's exactly why they got with Curry.
But
if it wasn't for that, I mean,
getting good acts. So yeah, I don't know. And1's dead. I haven't seen that brand anywhere now. Is it still around?
No, I think
it's
so.
Still at Walmart.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Even Shaq still sells through Walmart directly, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if Shaq would have dropped like a limited Shaq, like a expensive one, that shit would have go.
Yeah, but I think
he want that one. Then
he told.
But he chooses intentionally to keep it.
Right. He told a story about why he went to Walmart and had his shoes affordable. I guess like he was somewhere and one of the kids' parents, one of the moms, were like, "Why are you making these expensive ass shoes that nobody can that they can't afford and shit?" And then he felt bad about it, so he
he tried giving them the money. She's like, "I don't want them damn money," and then that's when he went back.
Right, he went back to his team and was like, "You know what? We're gonna make all our shoes affordable and we're gonna put them in Walmart and shit like that." And his shit is successful.
Yeah, it sells a whole lot.
Yes, he's the brand. It's him, and they're real, so they weren't.
But someone else tried doing that. It didn't get popular though.
Stephon Marbury.
Stephon Marbury, yeah.
It wasn't big enough, I guess.
$15 shoe.
Yeah, I think it's big over there in China or some shit. I don't know if it was big in China. He went over there and balled out over there as well. But yeah, he had a very cheap shoe over here to try to get.
Yeah, he ain't big enough here.
Yeah, because for that reason, it's complaining about the cost. It is kind of messed up though. Basketball is a super appropriated sport when you look at the consumerism. I guess that's everything Black people do because just like music, we support the artists. The artists come from where we're from. We relate to them the most. But let them throw a fucking concert. It's not us in that front row. We can't afford them seats.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We can't, you know what I'm saying? And then I look at basketball, same thing. You guys grew up amongst us and on this.
You know what I see now when I watch basketball, when I see like you see pictures of the celebrities on the floor.
Yeah, to see a white people.
A bunch of random people around them.
Yeah.
But you don't think like these seats cost like 20,000+ during playoff time.
Exactly.
We see all these other random people over there.
But what you don't see is a bunch of Black people.
they pay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're paying that same price.
Yeah, the shit is it is very that aspect. So when them players complaining about the players making the shoes cheaper, they don't control that aspect. Every aspect of it, by the time it gets to the people that appreciate it the most, it's not. All you can do is admire it from far because this ain't for you.
Yeah, we live in a capitalist society, so these corporations make these shoes and they're gonna wax on them. Like, bro, they just released some new foam posits. Them shits is $550 out the gate.
Yeah, shit's insane.
Foam posits.
Yeah, some foam posits. I'm like, who the fuck is about to spend $500 on some fucking sneakers?
Bet them shit sold out.
Well, you got big baller brand out here trying to do their thing.
Yeah, ain't nobody buying that shit.
Yeah, fun.
Look, the way his kids are balling now, had he helped out,
okay.
this shit would have probably been right.
Yeah, if there was at least a regular price, but they're releasing shit that's $250 and that were made in like some super low quality shit. It wasn't like they was releasing quality products.
They should have went with they should have did almost what Yeezy did, partnered with someone at first so they can find a stable line, learn how to work it, and go their own route instead of doing theirs from scrap from the muscle. because the audience isn't willing to go through the growing pains with you as you get your shit in order.
Who?
The audience give you one shot, huh?
You talking about Big Baller Brand?
Big Baller Brand, yeah. The audience gave you one shot for an expensive shoe. They were willing to buy the expensive shoe. Yeah. But look at this shit don't come out right.
The kids didn't really fully. That, and they also had that other allegation where whoever they had was stealing from them.
Well, that's what ended up happening. They're doing orders, the shit wasn't coming out, but the fans were willing to pay that amount. But
yeah.
They should have partnered with another company, license it, and then as they get their production right, then roll out, and then go up in costs. You didn't have to come out the gate super high, and then you did split it, and then you get your shit in order. Because you only get one. Sometimes you only get one shot at a first impression.
Yeah, definitely.
And
especially when you're a newcomer in a market where like
exactly
you already have a lot of players in it.
When he posted that he just got a new deal, so when you see people in the timeline talking about "fool me once," you know what I'm saying? People like, so sometimes you only get to get the person once, dog.
Yeah, what I want to see is the Maniatis. Hey man, hey, we'll see.
I hate on the Mignatis. Mignatis came a long way, bro.
Listen, Master P got enough money to sponsor players. You don't have to worry yourself. Just start sponsoring players with the Mignatis. He can make it a brand.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, why he haven't really got the support or the sponsorship yet. Yeah, he can get it done. Yeah.
What else do we have? I guess we'll just switch over since we're out of sports now. Y'all want to do pop culture or hip hop? Hip hop was a big week this week.
Do hip hop. Yeah,
let's do hip hop.
All right. Let me see. In hip hop, we have the biggest story of this week: the Travis Scott's Astrofest from the Astroworld Festival ends with 8 deaths, several other injuries, overdoses and such, and shit's going crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the deaths being as young as 10 years old?
I think it was 14.
No, it was definitely not 14.
14 or 8.
Yeah, either 8 or 10. It was definitely not even a teenage. The youngest death. So that's what like, bro, that's what makes this shit look like they're really wilding.
That's the thing, like, who sends their 8-year-old to a Travis Scott concert?
Here's what happened. The Astroworld Festival, had it been a regular festival, the kids wouldn't have been there. But because Astroworld, it used to be like a fairgrounds in Texas. You know how we had like the fairgrounds, you can bring anyone there? Yeah. And they stopped doing it a couple years ago. Travis Scott remembered it growing up. He's like, you remember, love Astroworld. He'd love to bring it back. So that's what he had made the Astroworld theme album after it. He's been having the Astroworld Festival ever since. And it wouldn't be fair to not have kids there. He would have a kid. So that's why the first year he made it look like a circus. You go out there and it's been getting bigger and bigger every year. And, you know, this year was even bigger. But, you know, when you have 100,000 people on one small spot, this, that, and a third, and it's a lot of fucking money. You know, most artists can't command that type of crowd that Travis Scott just did. This is a single man doing a festival. This is Lollapalooza, Coachella numbers by one person. So he has his Astro Festival, and I feel every year at all festivals there's plenty of drug overdoses, lots of passing out because of overheating. So that's not new. But they might even be a difference that we don't even hear about. But when you catch 8 bodies and one of them is a child, a couple of them was like young, a lot of them is young. I think the young, you know what I'm saying? I think it ranges from like 10 years old to like 22. You know what I'm saying? All in one sitting. That should, in this social media age too, man, this shit looks bad.
Yeah, it was crazy. When especially, I guess it was when he started performing, everybody just rushed to the front of the stage, and a lot of people got trampled. That's how most of the deaths were people getting trampled.
People getting trampled, but
then there was other people's there with like needles poking people and shit.
Yeah, there's all sorts
Yeah,
of
what
rumors.
the fuck, man?
There's
Bro,
all
there's
sorts of rumors
sickos in
about
this
the
world, bro. Like,
people.
why are you going to harm people at a fucking festival? There's people going there intentionally just to make sure motherfuckers die.
I don't know if that's the case. You know, they're okay. Imagine you're trapped and you're talking say, let me free. Motherfuckers all on you, cramped. Your only
So
weapons might be
you pull out the needle.
You pull out a little needle.
You pull out the needle that you
just
came with.
You just jabbing niggas.
No, it wasn't like that, bro.
That fentanyl works fast, dog. Cut through the crowd. You hot. Listen, I'm not saying what's the reason, but they're not saying they know. They said like a paramedic felt a jab and they had to revive him with Narcan.
It was a security guard.
They had a security guard, but trust me, most of this shit was not motherfuckers. Most of this stuff was self-inflicted, bro. When you go to these festivals, a lot of drugs. That's a given. A lot of people, there's that passing out is common. What they definitely messed up at is they did not have enough paramedics. Even if they had enough, I'm gonna say they didn't have enough because this is why the media is making Travis Scott look bad. They're looking at all his old performances when he's telling his fans to rage, mash out. Even though he didn't do it at this performance, you know what kind of condition, what kind of audience he has. So this is gonna happen at other people's audience. Had this been a Jay-Z show, this wouldn't happen.
Of course not. But his whole thing is about the raging and stuff
exactly.
like that.
So this is the type of audience you have that, hey, no monkey stops, no show, keep going. Motherfuckers trampling, going over people. They're not paying anybody no mind. It's very just, we're living in the moment, we're in a rush. So this is why these are the type of conditions that set it up. It's because this is the type of crowd he commands. And people are blaming him for not stopping it. You've seen him calling one person out, but this crowd is so big, you can't see everything in it. Him even stopping it wouldn't make no damn difference because there's some people they got to. It took like 5 minutes for them to get to them. When they got to them, it took like another 7 minutes for the EMT to get there. But that person been out of breath, been dying.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's the whole setup. I wouldn't say it's Travis Scott himself. I mean, like,
of course, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to put it on him. Here's the only part that is put it on him because he does have an audience for that. Like, and hip hop, he's the only one in hip hop that gets that type of fan base. It's usually rock and roll, corn, hard knocks, hardcore rock and roll that does that. But he's the only rapper that commands like a rock star type of group. That's why motherfuckers love him. You know what I'm saying? He makes a mosh pit, he parties, you know what I'm saying? This dude has shows where he's running back a song 14 times, 15 times in a row, and the fans are vibing I'm talking about one song, might play it 15 times just to set a record, and the motherfuckers vibe out with it the first time just as much as they vibe out with it 15 times. Just rock and love it.
Is he really to blame if the people know what they're coming for?
He even said that line at one point. Come on, guys, it's a good song. Y'all know what y'all came for. You know what I'm saying? That's what people are like, oh, this is very inappropriate. These motherfuckers know what they came for.
They come for it, but once, like,
they
come for the bullshit, but once the bullshit happens to them, they want to sue.
Exactly. What it's called the rodeo. Motherfuckers, some people couldn't survive the rodeo. That's how it is. It is as fucked up as it can be. Y'all niggas know what y'all came for. Some violence, some mashing. But Travis Scott is such a big brand. You know what I'm saying? He's over here in, what's that one video game that the kids play?
Fortnite.
He even did you know what I'm saying? I was like, he had huge following. He did virtual following. So that's why there's kids there. You know what I'm saying? This dude, I was just telling someone that he was going to be a billionaire, Travis Scott, because you know how these artists leverage their celebrities now. It's a lot easier to become a billionaire.
Yeah, everything he touched sells out, bro. The nigga partnered with McDonald's, and McDonald's had to say, we're going to have to pause on this because it's too much demand.
Yep, he got his own beverage.
Yeah.
He's like the Michael Jordan of he's like the Michael Jordans of musicians. Like
so McDonald's can't put the man down.
Yeah, bro.
McDonald's had a problem keeping up with
people are going to the store, Gray, and stealing the signage off the wall.
Right.
Just to make it their memorabilia.
The
promotionals, that's how they love this dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. He's got a cult following. I don't know any black artist that has such a huge white fan base and still has a black fan base intact. And like usually black artists that have like a huge white fan base is because they did like a pop record, then it sold out. This dude's still doing the same music he did when he came in, and motherfuckers love this dude, bro. And I knew at some point, because he's been arrested in the past for inciting riots, telling people to rage out. So that's why this looks bad, because off his past performances, he has been, hey, rage out. He's even told his fans a fan tried stealing his shoes. He told him, hey, fuck him up. He's even instructed his fans to whoop someone's ass in the crowd before in the past. They're using all that old footage, act like he told people nah, leave two people dying. He didn't do none of that.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing is these companies want to get from trying to get holding the bag, even though they're responsible, they want to try to put the blame on a person as opposed to business. But this is definitely Rock Nation's fault. Because, artists ain't out here paying for their own tours, ain't paying for their own shit. This is Rock Nation, not Rock Nation, but Live Nation, who I believe they said have 200 deaths connected to them. Ooh. And we never heard of that because these motherfuckers doing shows and concerts all day long. Of course we'd never hear of 200 deaths because at every show, 1 or 2 people die. That's normal. That's what I'm telling you. The only reason it's a big deal is because it's Travis Scott. This shit's going to have massive applications, bro. This shit's going to change the festival. These people got greedy anyways, though. The only reason they started doing festivals was so we could cram as much people as possible. The stadium isn't big enough, guys. That's not enough money for us. 50,000 seater, 20,000 is not enough. Can we get an empty lot?
Can we get an empty field?
Yeah, let's get 100,000.
No chairs. We don't need chairs. Chairs take up too much space.
Yeah, too much space. That ain't money. Them chairs ain't paying nothing. Get them up out of there.
One thing I saw too is like the what was it? The entrance or the exit? With the exit. Yeah, I thought that was too small.
Listen,
I think that's where I was seeing like people getting trampled.
Well,
what you were seeing wasn't people leaving. That was people coming in when they were trying to get his merchandise. That's how hot his merchandise was. When people getting trampled, motherfuckers started getting trampled at the beginning. That's how shit that was, just to get this merchandise. So it's just insane how much of a cult following you got. Because if you get your hands on those merchandise, the resale of it's super high as well. You can buy the merchandise there and go back and flip it. So he's a different beast. I could see motherfuckers wanting to take him down a notch. Maybe mad that he didn't go through their thing, but he is partnered with one of the biggest companies, Live Nation. And I believe, I'm looking at it right now, they said they had a $25 million policy, but they're expecting lawsuits to be well over $100 million. There's already a lawyer out there that he's already paid for Facebook ads and proximity. It promotes a certain area. So if you're in that area, you got to pop up, hey, if you're injured at the Astroworld thing, take a document all your injuries, take a picture, keep a copy of your receipts, and come part of this lawsuit. So he got about 6 people already. So he's doing a class action. And guess who already came tied into it? Your boy Benjamin Crump's part of it now. Benjamin Crump don't lose. Benjamin Crump don't lose, man. These motherfuckers gonna have to settle for a serious bag. You know what I'm saying? They already refunded everybody that was there.
People that was at the festival now. So I said they already refunded and cut all their profits. So,
but it's not that's not good enough, dog. Because let's say the family of 8, they're definitely gonna get paid. But how about the people that had to watch see other 8 dead people there, or seen people trampled to death, or seen people passed out? Motherfuckers are traumatized. But I'm like, if I was a judge, like, you went to the rodeo, ain't you? What you thought you were gonna see at the rodeo? People, the death is the only new part of the rodeo. People been getting passed out, stomped out at these things. They're raging. It's just crazy. It's like I said on the media, you like to see how it's like when everybody gives the okay to flip the switch on you. It's kind of crazy to see how much people trying to put out bad press on Travis Scott.
Yeah, it's like a chain reaction. All of a sudden, everybody come out of the woodwork.
Yeah,
I remember he did this to me. I remember he did.
Yep. But then the artists got to be very careful because they don't want to be responsible for the crowd. That's a crazy thing to have to be responsible for.
Yeah, true.
I'm over here performing. I'm here paid. Do one thing over here. I can't look over all of these people.
You can't control what people do, man.
Y'all say the venue need to be responsible. The
venue is not designed to be that responsible. Though. It's a piece of land. It's a piece of land, like maybe 30, 40 acres, and people just coming in there chilling, taking drugs. There's no chair to sit. I really don't know how you even function at a festival. There's nowhere to sit down at. You just
I
think
haven't been to a festival yet.
I don't see nothing intriguing about it, though. Because I know the heat gets hot and there's nowhere to sit down at.
Yeah.
And you need a chair, huh?
I'm gonna need a chair though. Imagine I ain't gonna see nothing good come from the festival outside of you vibing, then you leaving with a bad back, dog. You've been standing the whole 4 or 5 hours in the bed, tired, thirsty as shit. You know the drugs is running rampant. I don't know, man. The shit look crazy. I don't know if he's gonna get to billionaire status anymore. Because look how much
I think he'll still get it. Yeah.
How much companies going to associate yourself with a guy that is responsible for 8 deaths?
But the show's gonna go on. I mean, like
it will go on.
Like everything I've seen before. Like
he probably won't do venue. He probably won't do festivals anymore. He probably say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna stick to concerts."
But yeah, he could go to concerts and then.
Which is crazy because I can easily
see the concert turning into some shit like that. So
yeah.
No, but there's chairs.
Festivals will do it different. Well, like they'll take like extra security measures.
Man, Travis's fans.
Add more chairs, add more space. You know, like limit the crowd.
Listen, I seen a photo of a guy that was a Travis fan's friend. I think his shit was almost caved in. This shit gets wild at these things. His fan base is like that. You got to give these niggas chairs, bro. Have that shit at a theater. Everyone's seated though.
What I see is like you give them chairs, they might start.
Yeah, no, that show start tossing it.
Might start getting whacked.
Yeah, no, that shit. Well, then what he's gonna have to do is stick to doing his virtual performances on video games, because he's the first artist to do that. Though he's just gonna have to. He's ready for the what's the shit Zuckerberg got coming out? The metaverse.
The meta.
Yeah,
I was watching the video on that meta shit. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Your boy Travis is too big for reality. We need to say this nigga can only perform in the metaverse, folks. Safe.
Yeah, now I see why Facebook want to change their name to Meta. So I guess that's the direction they
so it could be associated with it. You know,
that's weird though. It's a weird world, man.
Well, they messed up as they didn't they changed their name, but they didn't. Before they changed it, this is when shit usually never happens on a corporate level. They changed their name, but they didn't own the meta.com.
Mm.
They didn't think the check if that was available for us. Not even fucked up. The owner wants $20 million for it.
Hey, they get it.
If they want to pay, yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Same thing happened to Toys R Us when someone held them up for a couple million for Toys.com.
I mean, that's a small fee to pay. Yeah.
It is, but it's like, bro, what is a big mix-up? $20 million when you could have just named your shit something else. That's a major cost right there.
No.
What else we have in hip hop? Oh, the second biggest story in hip hop this week. Your boy Kanye West's Drink Champs interview. Y'all seen that?
Of course, I'm definitely one of the 6.5 million viewers.
Yeah, I'm about maybe 80% till I'm completely done with it. And I heard they're just about to drop a part 2.
I saw the I didn't watch it. I just saw like the what you call it, the cover.
Yeah, it's like every other Kanye thing. Whenever he goes rambling, it's ramblings of a madman. But you let him spit long enough. There's a couple of gems in there. There's a couple crazy.
You see where he's coming from, yeah.
But there's some gems in there. I hate that people say, "Oh, this guy really knows something." I'm like, listen, you let anyone talk long enough, they're gonna say some shit they don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? And this guy ain't like the guy's an idiot. Of course, he knows he's talking about some point. But let's not dismiss some of the crazy shit he says in there too, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Motherfuckers give you just one side. Oh, he does know what he's talking about. That's the thing I hate. It makes me realize if you got money, motherfuckers will take anything from you. You know what I'm saying? No,
it was a good interview, though.
It was a good interview. But anytime Kanye rambles, it makes for a good interview if you let him cook. You know what I'm saying? You let him cook long enough, he's gonna drop some gems. But it's the shit was wild, man. What do we have on there? What did he cover on there?
He covered Big Sean.
Yeah, he said that was the worst person he ever signed.
Yeah, I saw Big Sean post too. Said he was just with him not too long before that, and he didn't say none of that.
Exactly.
He explained why Soulja Boy didn't make the album.
Yeah, which is crazy. because he signed Soulja Boy. They're like, hey, why did Soulja Boy hit me up? He's like, well, you ain't heard that verse? Fucking size.
That was a big size, bro.
Yeah. He signs Talib Kweli big time. And then Talib Kweli comment. He'll like comment. Talib Kweli's not even close, man. And then he said, whose life you think people want to live? My life, Talib Kweli's life.
Oh wow.
Because if it's Talib Kweli or Common, for you to say it's not even close to me, it's kind of crazy. Because to me, Kweli is probably even better than Common. But for you to say it's not even close is a super insult. You know what I'm saying? But I guess he was just mad at him, airing out his grievances. They asked him would he go against versus anybody. He said he'd go against anybody, which I believe Kanye might be capable of beating anybody.
Yeah, the man's a producer. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And versus just in songs. If you go 20 for 20, Kanye got enough bangers. Not so many people got 20 smash hits. You know what I'm saying? So Kanye, he might be the one. You know what I'm saying? He might be hard to beat.
He did 150.
Yep. Here's the thing. I realize your boy's turning into a full. Kanye is he's about one rant away from calling out these Jewish overlords, though. These Jewish guys. He keeps using subliminals, using days and them, or speaks on the other Jewish owners that own the other labels and calls them by their last name. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to walk the line without becoming anti-Semitic.
He's lining him up.
He's trying. Well, he don't want to be canceled fully. He claims he want to be canceled, but he knows what he got to do if you want to be canceled. You know a group you got to speak against. You really want to be canceled. Be bold. Yeah. Be bold. He's bold enough to come for black people and everyone else. Be bold. If you really want to be canceled, speak on who you got to speak on.
Well, black people, I don't think you really get canceled from. Well, black people, I guess, they themselves can cancel you, but like you're not gonna get canceled everywhere else.
Yeah, but black people don't cancel.
You go against, you go against the Jews. Yeah, you out of there.
You gotta speak against the Jews and the gays if you really want to be canceled. Talking about speaking against presidents and if you really think you can, if you want to go against the grain, go against those two if you really want to instead of.
I feel like the Jews are actually they're the plug.
They're the plug, exactly.
they're the plug. They're like the power company.
Yeah. So Kanye out here talking.
So your power's out.
So you wonder what happened. Kanye's out here talking like a Hotep brother, talking about we're descendants of the you know how the Hotep guys were, all these Hotep guys. So he's actually speaking that. I feel like someone just kind of gave Kanye the notes to Hotep or conservatism. They didn't really teach him anything, and they just have a spitball because he's a bad representative of all that because he's like spitting like half theories on all of it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the man live a different life.
He's speaking some shit no one else could say. The man saying he's worth $9 billion. He mentioned how he texts Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian, Pusha T, all of them in the text. I'm richer than all you guys combined, which is a big ass flex.
Listen, you know Kanye was talking that shit on that interview.
Yeah.
Bro.
So he's talking that flex. So I give him props. But under the same breath, that nigga's name dropping more than a game album, dog. He'll name drop, Barnett Arnault, this, that, all these people that, all the people that aren't in that culture, we don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, I mean, people we should give a fuck about because we buy their stuff.
We should, but he should know what culture he's in. He's doing high points that we're not in that culture. You're in hip hop.
Of course, he got to inform you niggas.
Yeah, he got to let y'all know who's
bragging about Louis. You bring about all that shit. Y'all need to know who makes them.
But he's not doing it for that. He's doing it in a position of they're in high esteem. He's name dropping them. Because even though he says he belongs to them, these were the same guys that remember he was holding the 2 plates for back in the day, shit like that.
Now they're his colleagues. He said those are his peers.
Those are, but that's what I'm saying. But he's not going to them talking about, I was just hanging with Jay-Z and Mac Dre the other day. You know what I'm saying? He's holding them to high esteem and bringing back to them like, listen, you can name those guys much more. We don't give a fuck about those guys. We rock their fashion, but they still don't. You know what I'm saying? Just like you can say Zuckerberg all day long. I don't even give a fuck about Zuckerberg. We can care about Facebook. You know what I'm saying? There's some people, it doesn't translate culture as a coolness. You know what I'm saying? This is just
people who don't
names.
know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But I'm just saying, he know what he's speaking for. You want your outreach to reach out to the most. I just felt like he was kind of a bit out of touch out that constantly dropping it. When he dropped Oprah, I'm for the whole. You know what I'm saying? You drop names that the whole world appreciate. Makes sense.
But I think he's at a level where like he can when he says that he can reach like another large group of audience that can understand other than like your typical
I think Kanye's, from what he's saying, he seems like he's not trying to reach. He wants to reach his people, which is black. At the end of the day, he seems like his concern is black people. Even though how big as he get, his
it is.
Thing
but even within black people, you can't just put us all in one box.
It's not. But I'm just saying. But I feel like at the end of the day, that's his people. That he feels like those are the people. That's why he's saying he wants to, or the descendants of this, that, even his religious aspect is still embodied in blackness. He feels like this is our people, this, other stuff. But at the same time, that's why he says he doesn't like them putting the thing above their name, like he's the first black billionaire this or first. He don't want the asterisk there. To you know what I'm saying, to put it the whole.
But he's not the first black billionaire.
Well, he don't.
But like when he joins into like a fashion or something, they'll say he's like the black version of this, black version of that.
Yeah,
and he don't want that shit, nigga. He's
because his white counterparts are bigger than him. But you know what I'm saying? So I was like, so he's just dropping their names though the same way. You're holding them to the same esteem that you're saying you don't want to be held to. You know what I'm saying? That's the part I'm saying. So he could just be like, I'm the first out here to do it. He could just be bigging himself up at the same time. But I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
But I think he's speaking to a different audience. I mean, if you're going to name those guys, the people who know those guys are not your typical, like, even the people from where he's from, like typical guys on the street from Chicago or even like around, the country, the hoods and stuff like that.
I don't know. I mean, I just thought it's he does touch every aspect of culture in that aspect, and he's very.
That's what I'm saying. He's talking to different culture, different group of people. So
yeah, but like I said, the thing with Kanye made me realize, just like it always does, when you got money, motherfuckers will just listen to you whether you're right or wrong.
But at the same time, you got to, because like, I mean, niggas gotta find you where you at, bro. you can't keep reaching down. You can't keep reaching down every time.
What I mean is, when you got money, you get to say anything, and people's gonna agree with you anyway. It could be complete bullshit. That's why the rich are capable of getting richer, because I can come out here and sell you a crock of bullshit, and niggas be like, "Oh yeah, he got money." You drop some gems. You able to rip off some more niggas. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna doubt you? So once you got the first bag, you're able to just lie to
nigga believe anything you say.
Everything you fucking say at that point. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna always be able to get a bag once you're rich. You know what I'm saying? So it is kind of crazy.
Like, I guess like a lot of time you do have to have the bag in order for you to.
You gotta have the bag. You gotta have. It's to me. It's an insult, because it's like one of those things they say like.
That's like, why you got a lot of niggas faking on social media.
There is, but it's almost like as if, so you can't learn a lesson from somebody that don't got no money. It's kind of wild. I think a lesson could be learned anywhere in life.
No, but motherfuckers ain't gonna pay attention to you though.
Yeah, they won't. They won't.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Even if you're right, but if you ain't got it, nobody gonna pay attention to you.
Exactly.
Once a lot of niggas is faking it. Fake with the rented limbos, standing up in front of people's mansion.
But he don't have a house right now anymore.
Huh?
He don't got a house anymore. Just like Elon, he don't have a house. He's just he's living out of his backpack. And
he tells you he don't need to pay for nothing.
Elon does have a house. What are you talking about?
Nah, Elon lives at a little small what is it called? One of those small, almost like a fucking tiny home.
That's a stunt. And ain't no way. Ain't no way. You're the richest man in the world. I mean, your safety. Come on.
It's not for that. After that, he's usually at the Tesla facility. Well, he got over there. But it's not for that. Ain't no way. He's not the first billionaire to do that. There's some billionaires that are. There's that one guy. He's like he owns a chain of hotels. He just sleeps at his hotels. He don't own a physical address anymore.
Yeah,
or anything.
Different. Yeah.
And but he says he likes being a nomad. He's connected everywhere he goes. He knows he can go to any town. He got someone called, hey, you can crash with me over here. You crash with stuff. He's good regardless everywhere he goes. Anyways, he may not.
But I doubt he doesn't have his own place though.
Well, I'm just saying what he says. He had his little backpack. You know what I'm saying? He said this. He's just about to pick a backpack.
I don't believe you, man.
But even if he didn't, it ain't like he can't get his place. It's by choice. There's plenty of people that choose.
You tell me he doesn't drive or he doesn't.
He's not driving himself.
If he need to hop in a car, he have to go rent it, or he
didn't say he have no car, no house.
Yeah, man, and I bet you that's like a Lambo or Rari or a Roll or.
Yeah, something. But it's still not a house. It's still not.
But you can't park that anywhere though.
Yeah, why? I mean,
watch you hop in it.
I'm saying he's not driving though. I think you're thinking as if Kanye is driving Lambos and there's a celebrity guy that's walk around with security or a big staff. He's being driven. He's not driving anywhere.
He also got a house of securities too.
Yeah, that's what his wife and remember he's out of the house. It's not his wife and them still got it. His wife's a billionaire too, but he's just saying he don't have a house anymore. And he guess he's gonna live the nomad life. There's a guy that owns a couple hundreds of acres. It ain't like he ain't got no place to put it. He just chooses to live like this. And he, I don't know if it's him that said it or I seen something that said it. This is like in a perfect utopia, everyone should have a house. That's kind of an insult because how about people that don't want a house? There are some people that don't want to be confined. They're cool with being outdoor or sleep outdoor, outside. It is a thing that we are in this capitalist culture. I'm like, hey, everyone needs a place to stay. How about motherfuckers are like, nah, I'm in touch with nature. And they gotta sleep outside.
Want to feel the weather 24/7?
There's people that's cool with that. Not go under the weather. That's our natural habit. That's our natural beings. You know what I'm saying? That's our natural way. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't feel like or maybe they even like the commitment of being stuck to one place. Ain't like your house can go everywhere with you. Unless you do an RV.
I don't know, man. Like, especially out here in Florida with the mosquitoes and the bugs and that noise.
This dude's worth $9 billion. He could change the climate like that on his back. It's too rainy in Florida. Hop in the jet. Let's go to where it's cool off. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you got $9 billion. You know what I'm saying? So Kanye's he's a wild boy in that aspect, man. I gotta see the ripple aspects of it.
I won't take that from him, man.
You're not taking that one from What else we have with hip hop?
Just like we got Boosie calls out Charlemagne the God.
Yeah. You seen that when he said that's when not Flame Monroe, that's when the other T.S. Madison came on Breakfast Club and was calling out Boosie and shit like that. And he was like, Charlemagne, why you bring these people up there, man? You over here taking their side or some shit like that. And I think because Charlemagne said that we in hip hop ain't got no place to be telling people how to do with their kids, is that and the third. But I think he said me, myself included. But I don't think Boosie read that part. But Boosie made his point in a sense. Boosie's like, why y'all over here caping for Lil Nas X? That nigga said, fuck y'all kids, which he did. Mm-hmm. He's not responsible for y'all kids. Fuck y'all kids. So someone that don't want to be a role someone model. That don't want to be a role model, and you're saying he's doing shit detrimental to the kids. Why are you caping from when he's like, fuck y'all kids. I ain't worried about y'all kids. If he was saying, I'm not doing this, I don't mean to harm y'all kids, is one thing. But he's saying, fuck y'all kids. Why are y'all caping for the motherfucker that's saying, fuck y'all kids? It don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
You got to follow the agenda. I mean,
yeah, he said, y'all over there caping and shit like that. Which Breakfast Club does have a bit of a agenda. I can't say they're not part of the agenda because there's a rainbow flag. You can't go over there and interview without a rainbow flag behind you and two mannequin figures, butt playing and shit like that in the background. There's a lot of gay innuendo. And they can't say they don't know any better because when Farrakhan got there, they removed all that shit back there. They put nothing but black books and shit like that. Wow. So they know. When the motherfuckers say the same way they took it down, what made them put it right back up again? And so why every time I got to come and do an interview, there's got to be a rainbow flag behind me? Not a Black Lives flag, not a pro. There's a rainbow flag behind me. Every contestant each time I come in. Shit is wild. So
Also, speaking of Boosie, y'all seen the that post I sent y'all?
Which one about
Yeah.
the gay person confronting him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. I don't know how real that is. I don't know
It's
if
not
it's
real because it was
a
like there
camera.
was a whole production there.
So I don't know. Maybe it was real. The person confronted him, but it was staged. Like Boosie may not have been involved because there's so much different reality TV shows like Zeus Network and all these other off-brand ones that there all these other productions. Maybe he's from one of them because that nigga was stepping up to Boosie, and when Boosie stepped to him, the dude took a couple steps back.
Mm-hmm.
No, but there was like a boom
It
microphone
was a boom.
above
That's
it.
what I'm saying. So it's like the dude was waiting for Boosie, and Boosie walked right out and walked into it.
Yeah.
And that's why Boosie's like, what the? Like, I don't know who the fuck you is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say Boosie was involved in because he was out here slinging, so he was saying calling faggots and all shit like that for someone that's known to being cancer. I don't know if he'll lean into it like that, but unless he is part of it.
Listen,
Because
Boosie,
the way the dude was talking, I was like, okay, now this is a real punk out here. These are the punks these dudes in the hood that ain't got no problem with your ass. But when he stepped back, I was like, oh, he flagging. Punks in the hood, you run up on him like that, you getting your ass whooped. Step into them niggas whoop your ass. So that's why I know. So he was saying that he's Lil Nas X because I whoop your ass. And when Boosie stepped towards him, he took 2 steps back. I'm like, nah, he's flagging for the camera.
yeah, he ain't about that smoke.
He ain't about that smoke because the regular gay guys that are you talk to, they come and confront you, you step to them, they whooping your ass.
Yeah,
They're not taking 2 step backs.
Yeah, I see the overhead mic. Yeah.
Yeah, the boom like. So Boosie doing his Boosie politics again. Have y'all caught in these Project Pat interviews so far?
Was that on Vlad?
Yeah,
No, I haven't watched any of them.
it's crazy how long we've been listening to 3 6 Mafia. I've never heard a Project Pat interview before that. Good dude, man. Good stories. Shit is crazy. I didn't know he was Juicy J's brother.
Oh, really? They're brothers?
Yeah, shit's insane. What else we have in hip hop? The Summer Walker album. That shit came out and that shit broke the Twitter sphere.
I don't listen to Summer Walker.
Listen, I've listened to her singles in the past. She had good singles, but this is like, her and I guess Metro Boomin. This is they broke up and
It's not Metro Boomin. It's
not Metro. Yeah, I don't know.
London on the track.
London, yeah. Since they broke up, she's out here. She's been spilling her tea, this, that, and this. So this was the album that was supposed to summarize all of it. The whole album's about them. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm telling you, I'm over here seeing how this shit broke the internet. This, that, and that. I'm like, let me give this shit a listen, man. None of this shit rhymed. None of this shit was. This is just like a struggle album for struggling women, bro.
For a single
Summer Walker can sing. Like, that's a given.
Yeah, she can sing, yeah.
That's a given. I give her she can sing, but she ain't hired no writers. Now, I can tell if she says she wrote all them shits, I believe her wholeheartedly. Like, all them songs are trash. Yeah. All them songs are trash. She could have called Rico Love. Should have called in Neo. Could have called in, any of these prolific writers, Carrie Hilson, R. Kelly, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Jacquees, any of these things that have a good pen. None of her shit rhyme. She's out here singing her feelings. And that shit, none of the shit, I understand everyone's all hype, the emotion, but this is not good art.
And I heard he produced some, I think most of it.
I think he produced like the first half of the album.
Yeah.
Which one? Who? Her baby daddy?
Yeah.
London on the track.
Yeah, that was this beats he got from her, and she's out here insulting him and shit like that. And these are girls. This is like anti-Kevin Samuels.
She also shout out Kevin Samuel too.
Huh?
She also shout out Kevin Samuel on that album.
I don't know why. She's like the 4th baby mama. She got a song called That 4th Baby Mama. This is an album being mad about all her bad decisions.
She took a jab at the people that listened to him.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like
I don't think
shout
because
out.
she fits the criteria of the women he speaks against.
Yeah,
it's a girl who made bad decisions, and the whole album's about her going against the guy as if you didn't have 3 baby mamas before that to pick from. This is just a struggling women's soundtrack, bro. This shit to me blew my mind.
Actually, was her husband?
Huh?
Actually, was her husband?
Yeah, the shit to me, I was like, I was surprised, bro. As much as people wanted to see it, the cover art's dope. She ends the album with Sierra's prayer, which you know, people ask Sierra, how did she get Russell Wilson? She said she made a prayer, this, that, and a third. So she makes Sierra come on the album and does a little prayer at the end. So all these little struggle girls got me. It's a nice little struggle bundle package, bro. I'm telling you. Future single moms and current single moms and future cat ladies highlight reel. Though. This shit is insane.
It's a baby mama album.
Yeah, baby mama, a struggling baby mama album. She's out here talking about your mom ain't shit either because she lied for you and shit like that. I'm like, bro, this shit would have been dope. The concept is dope, but you need better writers. At least make some of this shit rhyme, dog. I mean, outside the hook, if even that's the only part that rhymes. None of this shit rhyme. This is just, and not like I'm saying her voice is bad. Her voice is good, but to me, I was like, this is just poor penmanship. This isn't a high quality art at all. You know, like when Mary J. Blige gets her, she gives us the bangers.
Oh, yeah.
And she confused your soul. This is none of that.
Well, you can't feel it with your soul. You're not a single mother.
Listen, I ain't been through the shit Mary J. Blige's been through, but I can feel it. When motherfucker put that shit down, you're like, I can feel it. I ain't doing lines of coke, but when the dream sings about coke, I'm like, man, I can't feel my face right along with the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Single mothers feel it, so
yeah, you can feel it. That's what music does. It transcends what you're supposed to be doing. I ain't feel a single thing she was saying. I'm like, man, they just caping for you because they're going through it. But this album, this ain't it to me. But you should have seen how it was going wild on the internet, though. You know what I'm saying? She even got what's name featured on there from City Girls, Young Miami. Which you know her pen's already a little weak. You know what I'm saying?
Not even
it was just bad writing all around, bro.
Speaking of even Young Miami, what's the name? Megan was laughing at one of the rhymes she did. I guess she ended her song saying Buenas noches.
Yeah.
But before that, she said, what was it she said? Buenas noches. She rhymed roaches. Yeah, roaches.
Oh, yeah. She said, Diddy, let me sit in your face like them roaches. And then, yeah, I know you're talking about, yeah. Trash shit. Like I said, the whole thing is trash. It's crazy. But the caping that was going on online, you'd be surprised. Like, this shit is insane. How motherfuckers love this shit. I'm like, bro, this shit's garbage, bro. Yeah. This shit is not garbage. I don't know y'all. Listen. You want to break up
what y'all hearing?
You want to break up album that's fire? Put it on that Lemonade. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers turned out for that Beyonce good writing goes. This was none of that, Jude. This is shit. I'm saying, like, I don't know what people listening to. This writing was very subpar. This shit was very weak.
I mean, this is the future, man. People are just gonna accept trash.
It's crazy because to me, she could sing. She has the fan base for it. As much, I think she wanted to make this her album or go through album, and she made it. She knew she had a fan base for it, but I thought she cut a lot of corners. Maybe she cut a corners by using her as the writer. She should have brought in, bringing all those typewriters, though. You know what I'm saying? Bringing Rigo Love, bringing these things, bringing the Neos, bringing these people that know how to write, that know how to tap in, get your emotion sounding right, but get the dream. You know what I'm saying? But this did not do it for me. I was like, I don't know what's going on. That's a Summer Walker Over It album, or Still Over It. The first one was Over It. And the cover of the album, she's over here on the Jeep that her baby daddy bought for her. Yeah, she's a real character, though. People love her because she keeps a lot of shit real. She's like the Cardi B of singers. So, what do we have? Papoose is coming out of retirement only to prepare his retirement again.
Where do you get Papoose coming out of retirement from? Because Papoose
he's going to drop an EP if he hasn't started already, an EP every week.
It's not every week. I told you guys about this like 3 episodes ago. He's been dropping. Yeah, so he's been dropping since. He's been dropping an album every month of this year. So
yeah, so all the way to the end until he does his last album. So it's out of retirement into retirement. That's what this is for.
So Papoose has been dropping an album every month for the past like 11 months or 10 months. First one.
So we're headed towards the Papoose retirement.
I don't know about retirement. He's just been dropping an album every month, and since January, and they're all named after every month. So he
Yeah,
has a
so
February album, March album, April album, all that.
That's
so
like
he's
I don't understand. Like you got artists who spent like a good period of time not putting out any work. And all of a sudden you hear they're talking about I'm retiring. like Bauer just said that shit not too long ago. Like I'm like, bro, like
Bow
it's
Wow
been
has no
like
choice but
20
to
fucking
retire
years.
though.
Like, come on, bro.
Bow Wow has no choice. There's some people that have no choice but to retire because they won't.
But if you ain't put out any work like for like 20 years, like
Yeah, you already retired. You ain't gotta tell us.
were you ever in? Like, were you ever?
Exactly. You ain't gotta tell us. Just go home, bro. It's like so. Yeah. So he said he's out here dropping. He keep dropping these albums. So he's got like I guess 2 more before he does a final album, and he's gonna retire. It's crazy. Papoose is the man at one point, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see if these things pick up any more traction. But there's just too much shit to cut through nowadays, man. You know, I don't know if him and his wife still does the reality TV thing or anything like that. So without that, I don't know if he'll be able to cut through this new crowd. But I think he could stick around though. He goes over there with Tech Nine and them, where they're signing like veteran acts, and you promote towards your little core group and you get paid that way.
Yeah, but I don't know if the hip hop community wants a Papoose in the game.
I'm saying his little niche market might want him. So who knows? What else do we have? Snoop Dogg, you know, he's over there. It was an A&R over there at Def Jam for artist relations. They just signed him, some shit like that. He's not signed to there as an artist, but almost as administrative only. But he was just doing an interview speaking on how he wished that they would have sold him or let him run Death Row. Yeah, because they're saying he could have got all these artists that came out the West all these couple years, have moved there, have that shit back pumping. You can always make a bid for it and try to buy it.
Who would he be buying it from, though?
I forget which company, E1 or some shit. One of them companies own it. Because when they got taken from Suge Knight a couple years ago, a toy company I bought it, and some British lady bought it, some shit like that, and they broke it apart and they sold it off for parts, you know.
Yeah, if you want to run it, put up the money, bro. That's it.
And go back and buy it. Buy the name.
You ain't gotta tell us you wish you could run Death Row. You just go buy it. It's for sale.
It's true. Just like what's name just put their stuff on the market for 300.
Who that?
The label 300. They're for sale right now. I think they're going for like 300 million, something like that. And that's Young Thug, a couple people that was over there. If they're not still there, the Migos used to be there. That's your boys. Then they Dame Dash calls the Culture Vulture. He started that label.
Lior,
yeah, that's basically the 360 hub. You go over there, you start you up. So it's crazy to see how
Are they worth that much? I mean,
sure, because a lot of them artists they own, he still owns their masters, everything else. You're buying the label, so you're gonna buy all that.
I don't know this music now. I mean, the masters not really ain't really worth that much because they just don't stick. The tracks don't stick.
But I mean, if you have a big enough catalog, when you're part of the big boys, you get paid part of that money from Spotify at the beginning of the year. You know, they split up that 500 million between the top 3 labels. Maybe the label, I'm saying if you have a couple acts like the Migos and a couple of them, they probably, that's just for licensing. You get a nice little cut in that. And then let's say whatever the replay might be in your catalog.
Replay.
Yeah, whatever the replay. You know what I'm saying? Some of these artists still make good money a month. Some of these artists still make a couple million streams per month on just Spotify, not to mention other ones. So you getting a cut and all that. And if it's 360, depending on how long the deal is, you're probably getting paid for off anything else. You might still be getting paid for them.
So motherfucker be trying to overvalue this stuff.
Oh, all the time. You already know how it goes. Yeah, they can always try to.
Say she might be making like like 10 million. They want to set it for 300.
It's true. Do we have anything else in hip hop? I think that was the last thing I got hip hop. Our last section is pop culture. You got anything else in hip hop or?
Nah,
Yeah.
we could do a pop culture. What is it with this Williams story?
Okay, Serena and Venus is Williams' dad. And of course, you know, Black Twitter doing what they do. Seeing a black man.
What's her name? Was talking shit earlier. What's her name? Light skin.
Who?
Is it not is it Amanda Seal?
What about her? Oh yeah. When she was mad that they casted someone for the dad, they casted the light skinned person or something, wasn't it?
No, like she was upset at that they're doing the movie about Serena Williams' father. And
what was she mad about that? I thought it was because of the casting, right? What was it? What was she mad about?
no, just that because he's having a movie made about him. Yeah.
Whatever reason, I know they went off on Amanda Stills when she said it. I'm not sure she was joking, but anyways, Richard Dove Williams Jr. So, you know, Black Twitter being what it be, you know, which is basically just women Twitter and homosexual Twitter on Facebook. Says the opinion of the culture. You know, they see my dog about to get his flowers, and they're like, oh, they found out he didn't had 5 other kids before Serena Williams and with his ex-wife, and I guess he broke up when they broke up. He just up and left, and he ain't in their life anymore. He went about.
How many kids he had? How many kids he had?
5.
5 kids?
Mm-hmm.
Before them?
Yeah, from a previous marriage, I guess.
Previous marriage, and told them off to that family. Basically, told that family deuces, ain't give a fuck about them, and went out and made superstars with these other 2.
So what you want the man to do?
They always say, I can't believe he ain't shit. Or the sister saying how one sister said she'd just like to meet their dad, this and the third. He never wanted to see her, and she died of cancer last year. This is another woman said they don't really know their siblings, so they ain't like they're in a rush to meet them. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know them. You know what I'm saying? I only know my pops. They trying to, shit on my dog's parade.
Trying to throw some dirt on his name when he's getting his flowers. Like, bruh, the man was in a marriage. The marriage didn't work out.
Well, they probably said
moved on with his life.
I'm like, what do you mean? What are you here for? What do you want to do? But I don't know if he just left them cold turkey.
He moved on.
No, man, motherfuckers always gonna say you left them cold turkey. I mean, look at who else? Well, even Dr. Dre, like his daughter.
Yeah, that's true.
He's been taken care of.
I mean, I can't even say I knock him. I got homies that be going through it with their baby mamas and stuff like that, and stuff, or sometimes, complaining they can't see their kids. I be like, you messing with the right one, because you make me have to jump and try to see my kids. I'm just gonna create new kids elsewhere. Deuces. Fuck, I look like I ain't gonna keep arguing. I ain't gonna keep arguing with your ass. Like,
nigga, I still produce sperm.
Yeah,
as long as I'm producing sperm, you ain't gonna be able to hold that shit over my head.
You ain't about to hang this shit over my head. I go drop some new. I'll start over on your ass. Fuck around. Listen, man. Some guys are like that. Some guys are like, all right, bet I'm out.
And created 2 new superstars.
I'm go create my own life, bitch. Deuces. I'm out of here. So I can't say, she's making them jump. Some girls, talking about, you ain't gonna see your son, you ain't gonna see your kid. Some guys, like, all right, I ain't gonna see him then. I'm out.
Yeah, and I think some of these mothers need to start getting blamed, like, for doing shit like this.
Yeah, I don't really know the story, but all I know is they painted it. They were trying to paint it as if he just dipped out the other 5.
Yeah, people don't know. They don't want to ask why did he leave. They don't want to ask did the mom hold the kids away from him. They just know he's successful with his other family. They gonna throw some salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody asks questions on. They just throw accusations.
Yeah, so he's about Yeah, he's that's the one thing I was like, oh, they look like they're coming for you, boy, King Richard. They mad that Will Smith playing them, so and then they throw some dirt on his name early.
Yeah.
Another thing we have now that we're in pop culture.
Speaking of Will Smith.
Of Will Smith. Every day, every day goes by more and more.
Man,
Will Smith simps more and more. It's like seeing your hero and saying they said you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Every day, more and more, I see Will Smith for the fraud that he is.
What's he becoming? He ain't becoming a villain. I mean,
he's becoming a simp. He's letting every day he's failing me more and more. Like, God damn it, Will. I liked it when there was more shade and back in the days when I really know these celebrities were up to. He was low key. Now that the more and more I see him, like, look a little funny in the light, man. Funny in the light, bro. Like, after last week, after Jada talking about how she, after she did that whole thing about she didn't think that when they made the whole riff about making fun about how she said she wasn't satisfied sexually, and they said that was just a misunderstanding. He tried to double back and I talking about how he used to have a coworker he used to yearn for all the time. It wasn't like she was even a baddie or anything. I'm like, oh, really, Will? This is what we're doing now? This is how you're going to try to double up? Now, this week, he's out here dropping.
This is the payback, Will?
Yeah, this is the payback. He's out here dropping memoirs on his book talking about how him and Jada realized a long time ago they'll never be able to make each other happy or that's just unrealistic. So I told her, you do her and I do me. And that's how I'm like, what kind of shit you putting out in the world, bro? Is divorce not an option? We just both know each other and we decided we both know we could never make each other happy. Why the fuck am I with you then? You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm in, so I'm supposed to she do her and by her doing her, you mean that your boy just comes through and crack her back every now and then we hear about why is the whole what did he call it the
entanglement?
Entanglement. Why are we even doing the whole entanglement interviews for them? If it's a yeah, man. So for the longest we heard that these two had like an open marriage and rumors. It's crazy when we hear Hollywood rumors. I'm talking about years out that even makes us little people, and then things over time end up becoming true. You know what I'm saying? We're like, bitch, we know. I don't know how good of a secret you thought you had, but he's just looking wild, man. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, he's looking bad. Yeah, especially with Jada just every chance she gets, she
shitting on my dog.
She threw some fuck shit out there. Yeah.
Did you guys see the picture of Jada with her legs wide open and Will Smith had his legs crossed in that one photo?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they out here for blood for Will.
Like she
like the whole bitch out here.
He's supposed to be wearing the skirt.
Listen, man, it's a wild thing, man. You got your daughter talking about she's in a polygamous three-way relationship. You got your son wearing skirts and dresses. You got your wife busting down younger boys that are younger than her. They're saying it's kind of predatory in their relationship style. I'm like, what is you doing, Will? Back in the days when we didn't know who he was, when he was a high-end celebrity, kept it quiet. He was better off that way. This new, I need to be in your face. You guys get to really know me. This ain't for you, bro. You're gonna get roasted. It
didn't go out too. It didn't play out too well for Will.
It ain't playing out well at all for my dog. Yeah, that shit looking wild. What I hate is these motherfuckers doing cornball shit, but they want to pretend like they're operating at such a high frequency that the rest of us don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like we supposed to be cool with your wife smashing somebody else. We supposed to be cool. My wife just smashing like this is just regular. They doing cornball shit, but they acting like they also we do therapy and we're some other shit now. Y'all just not up to our level yet. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker bring up therapy one more time. Now I'm like, can we not? Cut that. I already knew this was the segue that they're gonna use this shit for some weirdo shit. This was the game plan all along, dog. What else we have?
Oh, also we got what's her name? Your girl, J-Lo, trying to get back at Wesley Snipes.
Talking about I did see that story.
What happened?
J-Lo, after I guess the movie she was in with Wesley Snipes, she was saying how
Money Train, yeah.
how Wesley Snipes was always hitting on her and shit like that, and how it's uncomfortable and shit, bullshit like that 20 years later.
They checked her ass or no?
Some people did. I'm like, bruh, why is this an issue now?
She trying to
Nigga tried to get some pussy
Me
from
Too.
you and you complaining about it 20 years later?
She trying to Me Too Wesley Snipes.
Exactly. Talking about how difficult it is to be an actress and with a co-star, your co-star is always going to try to hit on you and shit like that. I'm like, bitch, you could have said this shit 10 years ago when you was at the peak of your career. Why are you waiting till no one's checking for you and now you want to come out with some Me Too shit?
Yeah, get the story popping. Speaking of Me Too, your boy made a wild accusation. Tyson Beckford, the male model, you know, he's a regular on Vlad interview. He was talking about the Cosby shit, the pill popping and shit. He said he heard that shit about your boy AJ Calloway. That's from AJ and Free from 106 and Park.
106 and Park?
Yeah.
He heard AJ used to.
He said AJ did that to one of his girls, and I think Vlad looked it up. They said, yeah, he had a couple girls that came out against him saying that this thing goes out here hitting girls with the Mickey, slipping girls the Mickey. Big head ass AJ.
Where is AJ now? Didn't he go to like E or something?
Went to like E or one of them shits. I'm not sure. Maybe after that thing, they probably gave him the boot. Yeah, Me Too left no stones left unturned. But that dude Tyson Beckford said he wanted to whoop his ass because he said he knew the girl, and the girl said, but she said it. He's like, I said she's wild. So some of these guys, that's why it's solid for some of these girls. You can't just say all guys are bad because some of these girls, you tell a guy that you dirty. If the guy can vouch for you, like, yeah, that nigga did, like, it's a fucking rap. That nigga say, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened with Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons had all these accusations against him. And one of the girls, a lot of credible guys were like, look, man, I know Russell, I'm cool, but I knew this girl for years. Trust me. And I've heard a couple people say that before even watching the interview. Everyone from Ebro to AJ, not AJ, what's the other fucking Torre? A couple of these guys were vouching for that lady I was saying about. That the lady that she was on the rise, she was representing all these big artists, and she just career just up and dipped. And I'm like, what? And when I watched the interview, I was like, after watching, I was like,
that nigga did Russell, that shit.
That nigga did that shit.
That nigga did that shit.
After the interview, hate to be the one, but goddamn, all these girls pay the same story against you. It's wild, different girls from different lifestyle, different aspect. Ones all claiming rape. And you was saying you're high on cocaine back in the days, heavy, you're a wild boy back in the days, you're a different person. That's for granted. But man, the motherfucker was a predator back in those days. But what else do we have in pop culture? Have y'all seen Marvel's Eternals yet?
Is it out?
Yeah, it's out. I was gonna take the kids to it, but then I heard it's a Marvel's movie. It's the first one that has a gay kissing scene and also a sex scene. So like I'm not taking the kids to see that. So that's the reason I haven't seen it yet.
It's in theaters? Or
yeah,
like it's on Disney Plus?
No, it's in theaters.
So it's what? It's rated mature, I guess.
It's rated PG-13, I guess.
PG-13 with.
Yeah, with a couple sex scenes, but I'm not sure if there's any plowing, and then there's a gay kissing scene.
With men
I thought like you don't get like to sex scene until you get like to
That's what I thought. So either way, once they said that was in there, I decided I'm gonna pass. I might go see it for myself, but I'm not taking the kids for that.
You gonna go?
No difference.
I didn't go watch that gay sex on your own.
Yeah, you can watch that. It's not it's regular sex with gay kids. They can do that on their own time. Yeah, they don't need Pop's endorsement for that one. You know they don't need my cosign for that one. You watch it on your own. But it's the same reason I didn't take him to see Deadpool. Deadpool was rated
gotta protect them, man. Yeah.
There's a lot of smashing in the beginning of Deadpool. There's a difference. There's I'm not saying they're not gonna see it, but there's a difference between me taking you out to go see it. That's co-signing it, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You don't want to bring them to the.
Yeah, I ain't bringing a motherfucker to the. You know what
So
I'm saying?
they got to sneak their way out there.
Yes, if you want to look at it, you got to look at your own time, B.
Just like when I was growing up, you got to sneak your way to.
Yeah, and I don't watch plenty of shit with gay scenes or kissing scenes or sex scenes, but these are stuff I watch with my kids. Like I said, that's the difference. You shelter your kids from what you feel is not appropriate for them. When they get old enough, they didn't watch Deadpool for the same reason. There was a lot of sex scenes in there, a lot of sex innuendo. They're just gonna pass over this movie, and then you know what I'm saying, when they get older, they can watch it then.
But wasn't Deadpool rated like 18?
It's rated R.
Rated R.
Yeah, but this is the thing nowadays. Like they're introducing sex to kids so young that
it's not even that they're introducing sex. When they're not introducing sex, they're introducing a lot of they're introducing a lot of gayness to get kids. That for sure they're doing. So they've decided that this is no longer, whoever decides what the deciding, they decided, hey, this is no longer up to you. This is the standard now. You're gonna get with it. And if you choose to not let your kids see it, that's fine, which is fine. But that's what you do as a parent. If you don't want them to see that, you don't see it. Which even in Eternals, I believe it's like a gay couple, the black guy that did it for Paper Boys. He's a married couple, which if you're gonna show gay representation, I feel like
you have to have a black guy in there.
Of course, but if you're gonna show gay representation, I prefer they show the gay couple more than they show the
just swinging.
More than they show the gay party life. Saying I'm not anti-gay. I'm not anti-love. Period. That's beautiful. They be gay or anything like that. But the way they promote gay acceptance and they negate to say what comes along with that they're not promoting relationship.
No, not. Let me see how I say this. I'm trying to say traditional, but like.
Now they're definitely not. I mean, not traditional. They're not promoting even relationship. They're just saying accept gayness when it comes. But we know a lot of gay relationship is a lot of just fluidity, just hooking up and going, which we know we know what comes with all that. And I'm like, nah. If y'all are promoting, so what? If y'all are like, what's that one show, Modern Family, when they had Cam and
this is different. They actually, married and
exactly. If y'all promoting love, it's different. But this just hooking up, just accepting. Nah, I ain't on that. Y'all not promoting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't about to go it's the same way. I'm not about to go in it. The same way almost like in hip hop, where we like to ignore one fact. Niggas rap about dope and guns and everything else, so we like to pretend like it has no real world ramification. It does. There's niggas that, you know what I'm saying? The same way that they're promoting this gay lifestyle, it has real world ramifications. Oh, yeah. They don't like to speak on it. They don't like to speak on the disease aspect. They don't like to speak on the black woman that's getting caught with that aspect. They don't speak on none of that. They just magically pop up with cures. Like what's the one thing they take? The
PrEP.
The PrEP. They just pop up with that, but they don't speak. How the fuck we got the PrEP?
PrEP.
Why do we need the PrEP?
What do we need the PrEP for? Yeah, y'all speak on the raging super high AIDS numbers or anything like that, or who's being affected by it the most. Y'all not speaking none of that. Y'all just speaking acceptance. Nah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to bait and switch us on this side. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's both sides not doing a real conversation. Same as the transgender thing. Black trans lives matter, but then no one ever talks about the heaviness of black trans doing the bait and switch in the black community, or the holding it over, or the West End. That happens a lot.
And I'm seeing a lot of this too. Like I guess like they getting they're just throwing like accusations.
Well, there's
just to like make somebody look bad. Just to say like, I was with this guy. Come on, man. Like there's that. If it wasn't an issue, you wouldn't have done that.
There's that. There's the bait and
switch. Weaponize it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot that goes along with it that they don't speak on, and they want to make it seem like black men just going around hating trans out the blue for no reason. Like we just go out and we're saying white men out here and seducing and flipping it on white men. On white women, it's black trans that has a culture of pretending to be women and then flipping the script on the man when they find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm seeing this too. Like even though like when they get with a guy, what was that one post I saw? Is this one trend, and she was actually trying to go to his job.
Oh yeah. They know the shit. That's part of the thing. They don't speak on it, but they rather make it seem like black men just hate black trans for no reason. Like that's not. It's almost like in hip hop. Like I tell you, like we have, like we like the like we kind of have an underlying favoritism for no snitching or criminal culture. The trans culture has a underlying tricking on black men called, you know what I'm saying? Either pulling the wool over them, overriding them, and trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to, what's the name, over them. And then when the black man overreacts, it's then a 30, either download, whatever happens. There's a thing that goes, but they pretend like it's only one side. Oh, this guy just irrational. He just hates gay. It does. They never speak on that.
And at the same time, they use it as an insult.
Oh, and of course, and then they use it as insult. That's a part. I seen some shit on Twitter just the other day.
You asking for acceptance, yet you also still using this shit as an insult.
Yep, I seen a thing on Twitter just the other day. You know, they have like they have the rooms where you could chat and all that shit. But they had one because there was a video of Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. He kissed them in the head. They're talking about, some people were saying this is gay, or they had one with 50 Cent and someone else. And they're like, oh, why do black men feel so emasculated by gays, or some kind of crazy thing. I was like, just a room full of gay folks just speaking on their side of the story, which is fine, which is you saying your side of the story. But this attack on pretending like black men just go around and beat up gay folks, that ain't happening. We ain't out here committing gay crimes and whooping gay niggas out the blue. Yeah, niggas might make fun of you, but everybody get made fun of in the hood, this, that, and the third. But we ain't out here committing hate crimes. We're out here running, hey, catch that punk, beat his ass. That shit ain't happening. That's white folks shit that y'all putting on black folks. There's white folks out there lynching gay folks, or black folks and doing shit like that.
That's where I learned the term from. Gay bashing. It was from them.
Yeah. When did black folks go around when did black folks go around hanging gays? When did do no shit? Not in America, at least. You know what I'm saying? So that shit to make it synonymous, I mean, they say black men really has an issue with homosexuals. They planted that on the foots of black men, like it's us that's on that shit. To me, it's insane.
Everything against us, man. Like even
that, but the fact that that's the biggest one, you know, that they put that outside of us being somewhat having us a proclivity to violence somehow, we're somehow wildly homophobic, and also the ones killing these black trans women. I like, what leads to these killings or anything else? Y'all not speaking on that. Well, y'all pretend like the black men just go out their way and mess with gay people. It don't make any sense. It's one of the, I'd say that's one of the things of white supremacy in that aspect. The white gay men out here running the thing, and they out here making it. You're saying they already know who's the common villain that you're gonna keep it looking like. Mm-hmm. And you got these black women caping for them half the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Making us look like we tripping. So, this shit is wild, man. But either way, motherfuckers went to the Eternals. People were hating, people didn't like the fact that one of the characters were gay. They started review bombing it, basically giving it a bad review before the movie was even out. So, I think some actual fans gave it decent reviews, but it's had the lowest opening since Marvel's Ant-Man. So we'll see if it picks up, see how it goes. I wonder if this is going to have any ramifications for that actor that plays Paperboy.
So it's a Paperboy's movie? I don't get it.
No, he's the gay hero on that one.
Okay.
And he's known as the kissing scene.
Who is?
The black guy that plays Paperboy. You know it's always going to be a black guy. You know how it goes. So
it's because at the same time they're trying to make the black man gay at the same time. Like,
I can see why, man. I don't know if the motherfuckers are going to be true. I feel like if we're an automatic default threat. So we're the highest threat, big black man, I'm saying. So if you could normalize him or emasculate him, make him look like he's a gentle giant version of it, how all the rest won't fall in line. You know what I'm saying? Mm. If the most toxic one that you in your head that they think of is a black guy, you know what I'm saying? What else version do you know what I'm saying?
But it's like you're trying to make him play both sides. Like he's gay bashing, but he's also, like one day also pick to play the gay role.
Because in the show, you mean in the show as Paperboy was saying?
Yes, just in general in media, really.
No, yeah, they'll use. They're not every straight guy is going to be okay with playing that role to begin with, which isn't a problem. With
I'm saying just how like the media play it, how they the image is trying to push.
Yeah, they'll pick they do two things. They're either gonna push the flamboyant gay guy, or they're gonna pick the non-problematic black guy that's gonna say, hey, everyone does them, that I ain't got no issue. They don't want the guy to like, nah, fuck all that shit. I ain't with all that shit. They don't want that guy to even have a voice. Even though they're intolerance and I have it, you can be like, nah, I ain't really going with it. It's not against our religion. They're not gonna give me. They're not even. If there's a black guy, he's not gonna have a platform to say it. You know what I'm saying? You could turn on Sunday services and find white guys all day long talking about we're against homosexuality, but let a black guy say it. I don't think his segment's gonna be on cable television.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? They're not allowing you to speak against it, even though, you know what I'm saying? That shit is it's kind of wild.
There's only one space for black guys to vent about their dislike of gayness, and that's this podcast on Nate.
Not dislike of gayness, because I accept all love, the gay love or anything like. Dislike is the push of any said lifestyle without any ramifications of speaking of it. You know what I'm saying? That normalizing. I tell you, when I went to my kid's school, right at the child's rack, it has the rainbow sign talking about all kids welcome. I mean everybody's welcome with the gay flag on there.
Yeah, for some reason, it seems like we have a gay segment every day. Every episode has a gay segment.
This is part of the culture now. Do we have anything else?
Looks like last thing we have on here is the new Twitter Blue. Some shit you put on there.
Oh, Twitter Blue. Yeah, motherfuckers been bugging Twitter for the longest to be able to have an edit button or a rewrite button, shit like that. Now they're coming out with a little software, $2 a month. You can have Twitter Blue, and then it allows you to do certain stuff like once you shoot a text, you have like 30 minutes, 90 minutes, or 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds to either unpost it or re-edit. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like Facebook and all the other platforms.
Does Facebook have a way you can edit it?
Yeah, Facebook, you can edit your posts.
Okay, yeah.
Facebook have it, YouTube have it, yeah.
But Twitter, you got to pay for it?
That's what they're going to have, like Twitter Blue, and you can pay for it to kind of be able to, once you fire a tweet off, and even the fact that you might have 90 seconds, let's say you're in your emotions, you might say, fuck this, and fuck it. You got 90 seconds to go back in there and take it down. You know what I'm saying? I wonder, would it be better if they'd have a 90-second delay? I shoot it off and don't even let it go up, because once some people see it, they might screenshot.
You might as well, have a 90-second delay, yeah. It's not that long, really.
This is going to be a new wave, though. They're going to start making people pay for social media.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm
imagine if Instagram or Facebook started charging people they could just charge people like $3 a month to have an account. I guarantee a lot of people pay for that shit.
They would, and people wouldn't be so opinionated. Motherfuckers love to be opinionated with shits for free. When you got to pay to be here, you know what I'm saying? You see how much motherfuckers still be here. You'd be surprised how much motherfuckers can pay that $3 a month, bro.
Yeah.
People find their way, bro. People love social media. They'll find them $3 somewhere.
Only because it's free, bro. Think of people that at this day and age, you got grown folks. You still got some people that ain't got phones, or their phone numbers might change every few months, dog. This day and age. So don't be surprised, dog.
What else we got? Y'all got any recommendations? What y'all been watching, listening to?
What have I been watching? Let's see.
I'll be watching that.
I fucking forgot the name of the show I was saying about last time. That was an Empire. What is the fucking shit was I thinking? That shit slipped my damn mind, dog. There's an Apple TV too. Like I said, I want to. I cannot think of it. Oh, I'm getting ready to finally start watching the
BMF.
BMF. I think I've seen like a couple clips from the first few ones, so we'll see how that works. How about you?
The latest thing I watched was think I watched it yesterday. That Colin Kaepernick series shit.
Oh, I had
On
that on here
Netflix.
though, and I didn't post it.
I watched that, and a good one I watched was The Harder They Fall, the movie produced by like Jay-Z.
Oh, Twitter came for that as well.
Why is that?
Because they're based on certain on real life characters, but they didn't like that. Like the light skinned girl with the fro. They didn't like that her original character was dark, and they cast her as light, even though Idris Elba's character was light and he's dark. You know what I'm saying? The creators, that's why the owner said, he's like, it didn't matter. I did this guy dark, this still black. And like, oh, that's even worse. The fact that you knew it and you didn't. I'm like, listen, that's why I can't give niggas things, dog. Keep these westerns all white.
Isn't it a fictional movie?
Huh?
Isn't it a fictional movie?
No, it's not. It's a fictional movie, but based on real characters. All those cowboys are real characters in real life.
Oh, I ain't know.
I guess out of like the 33,000 cowboys back in the days, like 9,000 or so that were black. And that's part of the westerns that we never see or they never speak on.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. It was a pretty good movie. If you got
this, what happens when motherfuckers is too woke, bro. They need to go back to sleep. They're mad at the they mad that the red girl played a black girl, and not the other way around. But it looks good. I think Jay-Z produced that.
Yeah, he's involved in it some way. But the score was good. The score of the movie was pretty good, and it's a watchable movie. I think I could watch it twice. I'll probably watch it back one more time.
Oh yeah?
It's a good movie.
Okay. How about you, Gray?
For me, I don't have any, but like one thing I did hear about was Meek Mill looking for a director to do a documentary for him.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
About his life or?
Yeah, about his life.
Yeah.
You could definitely get that going.
I don't want to watch no Meek Mill movie. What that nigga been through?
He's been through a lot.
We've seen the old one, like we did see one. He had one where he had the braids
when he was younger.
Yeah.
That's what I think he had a movie he played in. Yeah.
Everybody just gonna be watching this documentary, waiting for that Nicki Minaj part.
Let's see how it goes. We can live one hell of a life. So, I don't know if I have anything else. You can sign us off.
But folks, we coming to the end. You already know what to do. Hit us up on That's Absurd Pod on Twitter. That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook. Oh Lord, let's rewind. Let me hit the rewind button if I still got it, because I just fucked all that up. All right, folks, you know what to do. Hit us up on That's Absurd Pod on Instagram, That's Absurd Pod on Twitter, That's Absurd Podcast on Facebook, and you can always drop an email at That's Absurd Podcast@gmail.com. And you already know the voice line is always open. If you want to leave that voicemail, get on the pod. Let us know what you think. You can hit us up at 407-960-76. That number is 407-960-76. And we'll catch you guys next week. We out.